Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. In this video, we have got a match of the Currie Cup. It is going to be the Blue Bulls taking on the Western Province. It is the first match for a live stream that I am going to be doing for the Currie Cup, and I am very excited. It is currently very early morning here in New Zealand, 1:55 a.m., but I feel like this one is going to be an exciting matchup, although I will mention the commentary side of it may not be as great as it could be, purely because of the fact that the Bulls, they have got a massive amount of changes in this matchup. All their players pretty much have headed north for that match that is going to be happening up against Benetton. That is going to be straight after this one, and we are going to be covering that one as well. But I hope you are all doing well. Hope you are all ready for a very exciting game of rugby indeed. I will show you guys the lineups for these two sides at this stage. The Blue Bulls here, I will move the Kiwi Lads logo as well, just in case it does start to cover someone. But at this stage, I'll be honest, I don't know too many of these Blue Bulls players, but I am keen to learn. It looks like they will be one of those sides that may be the youthful side of the competition here, because of the fact they've got a lot of pressure. Of course, the team that won the Currie Cup last year, they are expected to have a good performance here as well. We have also got in the chat, we have got Paddy Wagon has said, hi, welcome into the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. And hey, howdy, hey, y'all from Scrumless. Thank you very much for being here as well. What time is it there in America? Do let me know, Scrumless. I feel like my time zones, I'm slowly getting closer, but still a mile away. I think it must be, it's either the middle of the night or early in the morning, if I'm not wrong. But at this stage, yeah, Blue Bulls side that I feel like I am excited to see in action. A lot of good players. And also, but in this situation, they are going to be up against a very strong Western Province side. Now, a lot of these players I know, the likes of, I see that one name that comes to mind is Sanantla, a man who got, in the end, a suspension in the Rainbow Cup South Africa. My brain's not quite working at the speed that I like it to. It's kind of just missing out little key moments. But also, Sergio Peterson is going to be in that number 15 jersey. So it's going to be hard for this young Blue Bulls side. But if anyone can do it, it is the defending champs. I will show you guys the table as it stands as well before we look at the reserves. Actually, we will go reserves first in this one. Quite a few good players on the benches for both sides, and both will be looking to have a bit of an impact off that bench. Masimla is one that comes to mind for me, looking at those sides, purely because of the fact that I had a decent game in one of the Rainbow Cup ones that I did watch. I've done a few watch-alongs for the Rainbow Cup, but I am in no means an expert when it comes to the Currie Cup, that is for sure. But looking at the table as it stands, a win for the Sharks puts them into second place. So at the moment, the Pumas, with that big win over the Lions, are sitting there in first place. So both of these sides will be trying to catch them. But we have got plenty of rounds left of the Currie Cup, so there will be plenty of action to be seen. We have also got in there, it's 8 a.m. there and 2 a.m. there in Paddy Wagon. I just got surprised when you said that it was 2 a.m., but then I realized that you are in the same time zone as myself. Yeah, at the moment it is a late night here in New Zealand, and it will be even later when we do the match between Benetton and the Bulls that is going to be coming up in only a few hours' time. But I will mention, if you do enjoy this live stream, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. At this stage, we are just waiting for the coverage to get underway. At the moment, I've got Super Rugby highlights, the likes of a whole heap of slow motion stuff going on at the moment, with the likes of Alex Hodgman making a tackle and getting sent off the field. That's an interesting one. But also, I will show the form of these two sides. Of course, it's been a while since we have seen the Blue Bulls and also the Western Province as that name having a match. So we have got here, the last time that these two sides played, I believe it was just a thin margin and the Bulls were able to get the win. But these are the last 5 matches, or 4 matches with a cancellation for the Bulls. So as you can see, they ended up winning the final up against the Sharks, winning the semi-final up against the Lions as well. Then you look at the Western Province in a short moment, and you will see that at this stage, I feel like, in a way, the team that last time lost and the team that normally would be an underdog are now going to be a favourite, because of the fact that the Bulls are in that situation of, unfortunately, missing a lot of their key players. But maybe it will benefit them when they do play up against Benetton. Hamish, I hope you're doing okay too. It's so late as well, says Scrum Lass. Yeah, it's getting on there a little bit. I feel like maybe, I feel a little bit drained from that live stream that we did with me, George, and Isaac as well. We did about an hour extra as well for the post-match review, but we're getting very close to this match kicking off, and as soon as it kicks off, I feel like I will well and truly be awake once again. And we have got already like this, says Paddy Wagon. Thank you very much, mate. But nonetheless, we are about to get underway in this match between the Bulls and the Western Province. I am excited for this one. I will show quickly before we get underway the Western Province. Last time they had the semi-final match against the Sharks, and unfortunately for them did end up losing that one. But now we are in an exciting position here to see who is going to be able to get the win in this first match for both of these sides in the Currie Cup. Right, I will put my scoreboard up, and we are ready to go. It's going to be kicked off by the Bulls. They are going right to left here to get this match underway at the Bulls home ground as well. Stormers taking it nicely here, and straight away it is a big run from the number 8, which is Yako. It is Efan Ruas. I feel like some of these names I will get a little bit confused with, and that is a wide ball now. And now it's going to be in the hands of Dan Duplessis going on the outside now. Into the hands of the number 14 for the Stormers, 40 metres out from their own line at the moment. And it is going to be an advantage straight away for the Stormers, which will give them a little bit of early confidence. It's going to be a backline movement now. Into the hands of Pretorius. Now it's going to be Efan Ruas once again driving hard at the line. And that man just doesn't give up, but straight over the ball, so they are going back for the penalty now. And it was offside is the call. But so far they are showing the lineups. There are a few names in these lineups that I feel like just won't roll off the Kiwi tongue, unfortunately, but I will try my best for you guys. But yeah, if I do end up slipping up on any names, do let me know, and I will try my best to improve them. But now it is going to be in the hands of Abner van Reenen, and he is going to be kicking that one into touch. Decent kick as well, and now the Stormers are going to have the line out about 40 or 30 metres out. I think it's 30 out from the line, and yeah, unfortunately, just players getting a little bit too eager, getting offside there. And that's kind of the last thing you want early on in the match. Now, we saw in the match between the Sharks and also the Griquas that there were quite a few early penalties that led to points, but now it's going to be a backline movement for the Stormers at the back of the line out. Quick hands out into the hands of St. Antler now. And he is going to be trying to step around on the 22 at the moment. And now it is going to be into the hands. Oh, it's been dropped, though, unfortunately, by the number 3, which in this one is Fouché. And now the Bulls have got this ball just on their own 22, kicking it downfield, not able to find touch with it on the halfway line now. And it's going to be a little offload from into the hands of St. Antler there. And it was an offload by, it was Sergio Pedersen. We have also got so excited for the South African games. Usually only watch old Springboks versus All Black games around these parts as well, says Scrum Lass. Do they have any coverage of it, Scrum Lass? Do let me know. That's a good run, though, from, it was in the end, Dan Duplessis. They've still got this ball in their possession here. The Stormers inside of the half of the Bulls. Little offload from Ruas. Looking for the offload was the number 6. Not able to find it straight on the ball there. But he wasn't quite able to get it. It was Francis Klopper. Now it's going to be into the hands of Pretorius trying to break the line. Now the one thing that the Bulls can't afford to do here with such a young side is give away too many early points. Because as soon as you do, it can kind of get into the heads of the youngsters. But at this stage, they are having to defend pretty hard up against a strong Western Province side. I probably called them a Stormers about 5 times, so I do apologise for that. Now it's going to be it's a Dan Duplessis breaking the tackle, looking for the offload, but it's going to the hands of Creel. And now he is offloaded, and this is going to be a great opportunity for the Bulls, and it's going to be a try. And it's going to be the man in the number 11 jersey, which in this one is Mufflo, and he has been able to score it. I mean, I mentioned that you don't want to be giving away any points early when you're a young Bulls side, but they have just scored it themselves. And it was a man in the number 11 jersey, which in this one is Kefensi Mufflo. Feel like my pronunciation might be a mile off there, but it was a very impressive try, scoring it between the posts almost as well. So it should be a nice, easy kick. So we will add that there. What a tackle that was from Creel. And in the end, he did the offload into the hands of Mufflo. It was Richard Creel, of course. I know Creel, when you come to mind of a name with Creel, it is David Creel, but he is playing in the line of match for the Bulls. We have also got their hello from Paddy Wagon and been watching the cricket. India 116 for 3. I did see the most recent wicket, if I'm not wrong, is Pujara, which is a good man to get out because he can stay at the crease all day if he does allow him, or if you do allow him to. Just ask Australia in that regard. And we have got now, I'm usually on YouTube watching uploads of old matches. The only rugby that gets broadcast in the USA are the MLR games. They don't always broadcast anyway, as well, says Scrum Lass. And also we have got Hey Mate, and we have got I see you up late / early like me, as well, says Nov Mum. Yeah, at the moment we are sitting at 2 a.m. here in New Zealand, but there is a lot of rugby on tonight, and I am looking forward to it indeed. If you guys have got any score predictions for this match, do let me know. And also, I have been thinking about the MLR Scrum Lass. I am heavily considering having a look at a few games. Of course, it would be the same situation as this match in regards to the fact that I would have no idea who any of the players are, but could be a very interesting few matches to look at. as well. It's back in the hands of the Stormers. It's going to be Ifan Ruas. That man's going to run hard at the line every day of the week. That could almost be the Bulls' ball. No, not quite for them. Still in the hands of the Western Province. Goes back now. Nice little back line. Dan du Plessis once again getting the ball in hand for about the 5th time so far in the first 5 minutes. Little offload there. Going back across now. The back line's looking sharp. That one was a flat pass. Now it's out of the hands of Ifan Ruas. Got the man on the inside. Goes to the 7. Not quite able to link up. And now the halfback for the Bulls has claimed that one. About 30 metres out from his own line. Very lucky though. And at this stage, like I mentioned, the Bulls having the young players, if they can get 1 or 2 more tries, maybe that kind of confidence might bring them through the whole match. But it is the number 10, which in this one is Jandre Berger. I believe it's the name of that one's going to be taken by Van Renen now. Looking for a gap, and he has stepped, but he has been tackled on the halfway line by the Bulls defence. And at this stage, the Stormers, sorry, I keep on calling them the Stormers. Do they go by the Stormers at all? Or is it the Western Province? I know that it is the Western Province, but have they ever, do they accept being called the Stormers, or am I getting it completely wrong? Because, of course, this is based off province, isn't it, rather than the kind of teams? I feel like I'm a mile wrong in that statement as well, but now it's going to be another back line for the Western Province. Now, Ifan Ruas firing an awkward ball to St. Antler, who wasn't quite able to claim it, and it's going to be a knock-on advantage here. And it is going to be the Bulls who have got the scrum feed. We have also got there, I wish I would lose my entire mind from having, if you watch MLR games as well, says Scrum Less. And I will ask, who is the team to watch in the MLR that you think overall maybe either has the most New Zealand/Australian players that I may know, or who is just the best team to be watching? Do let me know there. But St. Antler, he is back from his ban. I remember watching that tackle that he did on Abelele Fase, and he well and truly flipped him. So I think he ended up getting about it was either a 6-week ban or something along those lines. And now he is finally back, which he will be very happy about. And we have also got their morning Bulls, or morning mate Bulls by here for me as well, says Birdie. And also we have got North Mum in the chat. Tell you what, I love you guys in the chat in terms of the fact that you guys kind of were the regulars, I guess you could say, all of these guys in the chat who have been around for most of the live streams, and you guys kind of just talk to each other, which I do love as well. We've almost got just that community in there. I'm off to sleep, enjoy games and streams as well, says Paddy Wagon. No worries, mate. Hopefully you do have a good sleep, because we have got the All Black squad announcement in only around 20, it's about 28 hours. No, it might be more than that, around 30 maybe. Come on, Western Province, don't let us down, please, boys, as well, says Maria. And also in their Bulls by 7 for Bertie. So at this stage, the Bulls, they are the underdogs, I believe, up against this Western Province side because of that youthful side that they have got. They've got a lot of young players, a lot of players that I'm not really too aware of as well at the same time. But I am looking forward to learning quite a few of these names, because maybe these guys are the future stars. But it is going to be the scrum feed for the Bulls here. It is going to be Mulder who is going to be putting this one in for them. And that one is set. It's looking like, that one's gone down in the front row. So it is going to be a scrum reset there between these two sides. Two strong forward backs for both sides. Ifan Ruas, I feel like, is guaranteed to try in this match the way that he is running at the line already. What happened to the suit? Or what happened to the suit, sorry. Says Ben, I have actually still got it on underneath, but I am going to be bringing it back out for the match between the Bulls and Benetton. I felt like this match, I would be rather overdressed maybe for the Currie Cup match, but it is going to be coming back out for the Benetton matchup that is going to be happening in only 2.5 hours' time is when that one is going to be kicking off. The pack weights, 839 kgs to 853. Now, that's actually two relatively small packs in terms of weight. Like normally you get around that 900 mark. That one is going to be put in the Western Province, pushing up, but the Bulls have retained this one now. And it's going to be a great run from their number 12 driving forward. That one is in the ruck at the moment, getting a little bit stuck in there. But now it is going to be Mulder who is taking it back and does put up the box kick. Going very high, and it's going to be taken beautifully by St. Antler, and he takes the mark, I believe. And now because of it, he is going to be passing it across field. I think they're a bit confused, and now it's going to be I think it's going to be a scrum reset, or it's going to be a scrum to the Bulls here. What just happened? Oh, okay. So what happened there was St. Antler didn't actually quick tap it the way that he should have, unfortunately. So he took the mark, takes the mark, and then from there, he doesn't actually tap it in the end. I think he forgot to do the tapping part of it and instead decided that it was almost like a 22 dropout, that they were trying to find the gap. So there is a bit of a mistake there from St Antler, and it could cost the Stormers, not the Stormers, the Western Province here. I feel like that's something that I'm going to have to get used to, is calling them the Western Province, because of course most of these players have been at the Stormers as well. We have got there LA Giltoners, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, are dominating the overall tables right now. They have heavy Aussie and Kiwi players through trades, and borrowed players happens a lot as well. That's going to be a penalty now to the Western Province though at scrum time, so they have been able to take that one back, and rather than having a mark, they have now got the penalty and the free kick. And we have also got Hamish, did you get some sleep, mate? Says Bertie. I did not. I ended up making the thumbnail and whatnot for this live stream, also having some food. So at this stage, the last time I slept, I think I woke up relatively late. That one's missed touch, but it's inside of the 22. It is kicked high by the number 10. It's going sideways. Looks like it could be an awkward one. Is it going out on the full? No, it's not. It is going to be taken, and it's going to be a knock-on advantage to the Western Province. Almost taken back in the breakdown. It's going to be a penalty, though. Never outside of the 10 is the call from the referee. So at this stage, quite a few penalties early on in this match, but Van Reenen is going to be kicking this one for touch. But yeah, I haven't actually slept in between the Super Rugby Trans-Tasman match and this one here. So maybe, I think I'm going to end up sleeping at maybe around 7 a.m. Tonight, or this morning, I guess you could say as well. The man as well, Caesar Ben, and also we have got there Austin Gilgronis. These are hard names to say. Texas is my favorite team. They have former All Black Jamie McIntosh, who has the most penalties in the MLR at the moment. They have Hugh Roach too, and other Aussies. So I feel like maybe it would be one of those situations how you kind of go, where did those players end up? And a lot of them end up in either Japan, Europe, but I guess now they are ending up in America as well. Now it's going to be Van Reenen, goes back now in the hands of Peterson. He's got plenty of pace backing himself, little offload, and it is going to be in the hands of the number 20, or in the number 14's hand, sorry. And he has been able to score the try. That is a hard name. Sili Nejizula. I feel like that is a mile off. Please do let me know if you do know how to say that name. But that is a hard one. Indeed. I haven't actually heard the commentator say it either, but that is a good try for the Western Province to get right back into this match. It was just a nice backline movement. Van Reenen goes over the top to Peterson, backs himself, and then draw and pass. Beautifully done. Step back on the inside. The number 14, and he scores the try. Nejzula, maybe somewhere around there in terms of the pronunciation. I can hear my cat at the moment, and I'm not sure if he's inside or outside, but he is making a lot of noise. That is for sure. We have got which team is which. Says Nov Mum. So in this one, in this match, or is in the other match, as in for Scrum Lass's pronunciations of the teams, Giltinese and also Gilgronis. Is there any reasoning behind the names, or is it just what they have gone for? That one is going to be kicked from the sideline, and it's gone over as well. Very nice kick from Van Reenen, and now it is going to be 7-all in this one. So the Bulls have been able to score one early. The province, Western Province, that is, has been able to score as well. This match, as well, says Nov Mum. So in this one, the Western Province are wearing their, I think both sides are wearing their home kit. They are in the white and the blue stripes, and then the Bulls in this one are wearing just a plain blue. They are at Loftus Versfeld. I feel like I say that one wrong too as well. And now it's going to be Efan Ruas driving forward once again for the Western Province on the 22 now. Looking like they are going to be firing this back with the vet, just creating the angle. They're outside of the 22, so they will be saying that it has been taken back if they do kick for touch, but Van Reenen there is going to be kicking this one straight down the middle of the field now. Going to be taken nicely. Tell you what, he looks like he's younger than me, probably, that number 10 for the Bulls, which in this one is by the name of Jandre Berger. He's going to be kicked downfield by Sergio Peterson. Taken nicely there. And it is Job who has fired that one high into the sky, chasing it hard as well, trying to line it up. That looks like an awkward one, and that one's taken beautifully by St Antler, and now he's found himself a bit of space, but dragged down by the number 13. The Western Province have this ball on the halfway line. It's going to be Efan Ruas. No, it's not. That was Van Reenen. Now it's going to be in the hands of, it is Kutse, trying to drive forward 40 metres out now. And it's going Efan Ruas once again, where that man has ball in hand. He is going to run hard, but that one's going to be stolen clean in the breakdown by the Bulls. And now they are going to be once again on the attack, firing it back. It's over the top. They're going to be very awkward for Creel. There's a lot of pressure on him as well. Almost caught by Pretorius. But Richard Creel with a good step, 5 metres out. Little offload out the back as well for him. And at this stage now, they have got this ball only about 15 metres out from their own line now, the Bulls. And once again, just creating that angle for the kick. Going to be Mulder, fires it back to Richard Creel. Or sorry, Richard. Yes, it is Richard Creel. And he has kicked it into touch there. And we always got love your dedication, mate. Thank you very much. I feel like these ones, I don't really expect too many people to watch them in terms of compared to Super Rugby Trans-Tasman, because I actually changed the title of this one. Rather than live commentary, I changed it to live reaction. And the reasoning behind that is because of the fact that I am going to need probably a few weeks of the Currie Cup to really learn these players' names, like what I did for the Rainbow Cup. So I decided if it's called live commentary, people may be expecting me to be able to perfectly pronounce all the names. So I changed it to reaction for that reason of kind of getting to hang out with you guys and also do a bit of learning as well. And we have got, yeah, that's right, both teams wearing home kits. As well, says Bertie, they're a little bit similar, aren't they, in that regard? But it is going to be, they are showing the captain for the Bulls at the moment. And that is the man in the number 13 jersey, which is Sango Komlashi. Hopefully I pronounced that one correctly. The names are based after alcoholic drinks. The Giltini, sorry, is like a martini. The Gilgroni is a huge giant beer, because the running joke in Texas is that everything is bigger in Texas. I didn't realize they were all named after alcohol in the MLR. Are they the sponsors, or are they just named after it just for fun? But that is going to be a penalty advantage now for the Western Province inside of the 22 of the Bulls now. A little bit of a wrestling match going on between two players in back play. Now it's going to be fired out. Finn Renan goes back now into the hands of the try scorer, the number 14. He has been tackled. The ball has gone backwards. Now it's going to be Sergio Peterson, but they're going back for the penalty now. Looking like the vet might take it quickly. If he does get the chance, he's running across field. And by the looks of it, the Western Province want to play this game at a very fast pace. And I will once again show the table as well, for the factor that at this stage, the Pumas are in first. The Sharks are in second after their win over the Lions that did happen just before this game. Both of these sides, they will be trying to chase that bonus point for the sake of trying to get just that little bit further ahead if they can help it. But at this stage, both sides looking like they're going to be playing fast-paced rugby, which is why I am going to be absolutely loving it as well. Last time these two sides met, it was in the Currie Cup last year, and it was actually a win to the Bulls, and I believe they won by only 2 points. But this is going to be a rolling ball. This is the Western Province all day, who has got the ball in, and it's going to be the try. And I believe it was Kutsu who did have that hand on the ball there. And that was just a brilliant rolling ball from the Western Province there, and they have now taken the lead in this match. I think he will be able to kick it, so I'm going to assume he gets it and put it as 14 to the Western Province, but that may not be the case. We will have to wait and see. But in the end, they went for the corner rather than taking on the 3 points, going for that bonus point perhaps, taken nicely in the line out. And then from there, it just looked like it was going to be impossible for the Bulls to defend. All of a sudden, Western Province just making meters for fun. 10 meters out, driving over, and they were able to score the try. They aren't all named after alcohol, but the running joke in USA is that eventually they all will be as well, says Scrumlass. See, that's the thing. I don't think we'd be allowed to name one of our teams after alcohol over here, because I know that in like the competition for the Guinness Pro 14, I think because of the fact that it was sponsored by a beer company, it does make it very difficult to put it into the likes of a video game, such as a rugby challenge, even though they didn't have the Pro 14 in that one. But yeah, I think it makes it very difficult to be able to put it into a competition. So the new one, now that it's called the United Rugby Championship, I believe it is called, if I'm not wrong, it now means that I think it can be put into games as well. That one's kicked over by Van Reenen once again, and now the score is 14-7 to the Bulls, or sorry, to the Western Province after 17 minutes. So this one's looking like it's going to be a high-scoring one between these two sides. That was just a great drive from the Western Province. That's exactly where you want your body position, driving forward pretty much effortlessly, and they were able to score the try. But now they have got this ball. It's going to be fired back to Van Reenen, who is going to be lining up the kick downfield, not finding touch here with it. Going to be taken nicely here. And now it is going to be, they have said Duplessis having a bit of a step around. Although I think it is the number 10, which in this one is actually going to be Yandre Berger. Now it's going to be the big man in the prop jersey. Now it's going to be a little offload. Mulder almost able to find it, but he is dragged down. Ifan Roas trying to get straight in there. He's actually stolen that ball, but he was off his feet. And it is going to be the penalty now for the Bulls. Now, do they take on the 3 points or do they kick for the corner? I think with a young side, you kick for the corner purely because of the fact that you know that the Western Province are going to be scoring points. You need to do the same here. And, okay, They're going for the post. I was completely wrong in that situation. But the answer to your earlier question, in my opinion, the MLR teams are to follow LA Giltinis and also Austin Gilronis. Utah Warriors Rugby, ATL Atlanta Rugby United, New York, and also the San Diego Legion as well. They have quite cool names over there, I will admit. It's kind of like, it reminds me of maybe, like, it's a new competition, isn't it? So hopefully in like 5 years' time, it does become as big as the likes of the top league or anything like that and really gets a following, because the USA, like in sevens, they're very good, but in 15s, they kind of haven't quite been able to kind of transfer that over to it. So hopefully with this competition, they will be able to have a bit more of a chance in the likes of maybe the 2023 World Cup. And they are also going to be playing England. Oh, didn't hit that one nicely at all. On the 22, unfortunately, the man in the number 10 jersey there, Berger, just didn't quite hit it. He tried to absolutely smack it through the posts, and it just didn't go anywhere near them, unfortunately for him. So that is quite a big mistake there. MLR only have been playing pro since 2017. So yeah, if you give them a few more years leading into the World Cup, they could be a hard side to beat as well. So that will be very exciting indeed. That's going to be a 22 dropout. So 3 points missed out there for the Bulls. 19 minutes into this match now. It's going to be in the hands of Richard Creel, looking for the high ball here. It's going to be chased hard. Oh, it's swirling around to the window. Almost taken by the Western Province. It's bouncing around all over the place. Taken nicely though. And now De Vet gives it off to Van Reenen. Under the hands of Pretorius, trying to find a bit of a gap. He has tried to fend off the player for the Stormers, but he has been dragged down as well. De Vet once again going back to Van Reenen. Those two have been linking up pretty well throughout this Rainbow Cup competition and also throughout the Currie Cup game so far by the looks of it. That one is going to be kicked up. They have said Duplessis, but I haven't got a Duplessis down into the number 10 jersey, so that has well and truly thrown me off. So I might have to have a look at a team sheet soon and see whether or not I have got the right member. That is David Creel. No, it's not. If it is Duplessis, it will be the man kicking it into touch here, right? I'm going to have to find a team sheet, but this ball still hasn't got out. It's going to be St. Antler. Goes back into the hands now of De Vet using their back line. It's going to be Duplessis looking for a bit of a gap, but he is tackled on the halfway line. And at the moment, the Western Province 15 metres out. Going to be a big drive from Fouché, but he is getting driven backwards. Little offload out the back, though. De Vet goes back into the hands of Van Reenen and St. Antler now. On the outside was Peterson. Quick hands. Very nicely done. Oh, it's been ripped away, though. Now it's going to be the captain who gives it back on the inside. Now it's going to be a knock-on. And they are going to be going back for the scrum feed. USA are in a bidding war for the next 3 World Cups. Rugby World Cups as well. And if USA get the cup, rugby will surge in the US. Yeah, hopefully they can get one. And I think time zones aren't as bad in the US as they are over here in terms of the likes of playing in South Africa or maybe where else do they play occasionally? I feel like maybe the one in France is going to be tough because it is going to be a whole heap of games in the middle of the night. 27 tackles made by the Bulls so far in this match to the 7 of the Western Province. Only 3 tackles missed for the Bulls. Ninja Fan has said, I highly doubt that the Bulls will win because it is basically reserves of the reserves who are playing against a much, because of the high amount of players out on injury, Springbok call-outs, as well, says Ninja Fan. And that's the thing as well. I think I saw the headline was something along the lines of 45 players that the Bulls don't have for selection. They've got the game up against Benetton in the Northern Hemisphere in Italy, so they are going to be under a bit of pressure there. That ball has been ripped away from the player for the Bulls, and now it is going to be back in the hands of the Western Province, but it's a penalty for no clear release. And the other main players in the Rainbow Cup, says Ninja Fan. And do you see the Bulls winning that match against Benetton, Ninja Fan? And also, if you do, what do you think the score will be? So I feel like it could be quite a high-scoring one. It's whether or not the Bulls can really find that momentum. They are going to be playing in Italy for that matchup, and it is going to be at Treviso, I believe. But at the moment, I am just trying to find a lineup so that I can see whether or not they have made a last-minute change in the number 10 jersey. Because, of course, because of the fact that I don't really know too many of these players that well, I am in that situation of I can't really name the players based on the face. Definitely these Bulls players, who some of them I haven't even ever heard of. At this stage, it is going to be the Western Province with the ball on the 22. It's going to be De Vet. Goes back now into the hands of Duplessis. Dan Duplessis, he's been running hard at the line every day. De Vet goes to Ruas. And when you talk about a man who runs hard at the line, you've got to talk about him. He almost lost that ball there, a little knock on. But I think it is still going to be in the hands of the Western Province. De Vet goes into the hands of Van Reenen, looking for a bit of an offload over the top, but he's gone straight into the hands of Duplessis. in the number 10 jersey. I will call them Duplessis for now because they have been. So hopefully that is right. Or dropping the head there was the player for the Bulls, just creating the angle for the kick to get them out of a bit of pressure. It looks like Mulder is going to take it on himself. Yes, he does. He has kicked that one downfield. That is a pretty good kick as well. A decent touch finder for the Western Province there. Oh, sorry, for the Bulls. Right, we are going to be looking it up. We need to find the right tournament as well. The Currie Cup is the one that we're in. I'm excited for it. Hopefully, it is going to be a very good competition. I haven't actually watched a full Currie Cup before, and I'm hoping to be able to do so in this one. So hopefully, I do get all of the get all of the games in. For the live streams going to the front once again. Western Province, the vet goes back to Van Reenen, out to Pretorius. Now it's going to be a little offload from Peterson. Opens up the option. Out on the wing for the try scorer, who is going to be breaking tackles. Offload on the inside, but it's got into the hands of Richard Creel. And that one has been put into touch on the 22 of the Bulls. Anytime Richard Creel has had the ball in hand, he has been dangerous. He has probably been the player for the Bulls who has looked the most dangerous so far. But then anytime the Western Province use their backline, they've got Nijizula. I feel like I'm saying that wrong, well and truly. But if you can help me out, Bertie, do you know the pronunciation of that name? The number 14 for the Western Province. It is Sili Nijizula. Please help me out there because I feel like I get it wrong every time. I wish I knew more about the teams that are playing. I hope they both do well and have fun with no injuries. As well says Scrumlass. Yeah, that's one big thing. We've had a lot of injuries in rugby just in general over the past few months. Like in Super Rugby Aotearoa, they lost about 40 players to injury. Now it's going to be in the hands of Western Province. And that's the thing as well. There was a moment, that's going to be stolen by the Bulls though on the breakdown. Very nicely done. Yeah, there was a moment that they were saying that maybe Dwayne Vermeulen will be missing a lot of this season. Oh, he's nailed in the tackle there, the number 9. But he had a very good kick downfield. That was a huge hit. Who was that who did that? It's a Fouché. It might have been. He needs to turn around. Or it might have been, who was it? I'm looking at him. Oh, it was Fouché. What a hit that was. And we always got there, just Googled the Currie Cup, and oh my goodness, she's a beauty as well. Says Scrumlace, it is a very nice looking trophy, and it has been going for a very long time in South Africa. I feel like I should have picked up on the competition and started watching the games a long time ago. But yeah, over the last couple of years, I have only just started getting into that rugby scene, and then only just this year, I have been watching a lot of South African games, watched most of the South African Rainbow Cup and absolutely loved it. And now we have got another Currie Cup, which I am hoping to watch most of the games, but now they have got this ball in the rolling maul here. The Western Province going sideways a little bit, but still making a few meters. And at this stage, 40 meters out from their own line. If they can get away with it, they will just keep on going here. Breaking off, still going. It's fallen over though, and they have been told to use it once. Ball is coming free, and it is going to be DeVet who is going to be putting this one high. He is going to be kicking it up in the sky. It's going to be now in the hands of the try scorer. He's got a great bit of pace there. Offload to the number 6, but it's been ripped away by Ruas. And straight away now the Western Province have got this ball back, and that is something they've been doing very well throughout this match, is getting that ball back. A lot of space in behind for DeVet's kick. Going to be an awkward one, taken nicely by the number 11. Passes it across field into the hands of Yorp, and he has kicked it into touch there. And that is a pretty decent kick downfield. A lot of pressure on them there. In South African rugby is a religion as well, said Ninja Fan. Yeah, it's one of those ones that I love watching it, and it just makes me even more excited for the matches we are going to get to see between the Springboks and the All Blacks. Because those two sides, I feel like it's one of those ones, the mutual respect between those two sides. Like when we play, like both play a very physical game, but at the end of the day, they both just love playing up against each other. And it's going to be a very exciting match. The first one's going to be at Eden Park, and that is only a few months away. So hopefully we do get to see some very good rugby in that one as well. If no one has attempted, even in secret, to use that as a gravy boat, I'll be disappointed. It does have a nice looking cup on the top that could probably hold a very large amount of gravy as well. And we have got your brother from Maxi. You get the chips down here as well. I did cook them up. Isaac and George didn't want any. They ended up going home, but I ended up getting the air fryer out and cooking it up. I'm also defrosting. I don't know whether you guys have had a butter chicken pie, but if you haven't, it is very nice. So I decided I would defrost one of those for like 7 a.m. when I do finish my last live stream as well. I've got Jeffrey in the chat. Hey, my man, how are you doing today? I'm doing well. We got to see a decent game of rugby for Super Rugby Trans Tasman's final. Possibly not as high scoring as people thought it would be, but was still a decent game nonetheless. And in the end, the Blues were able to get that title, which they will be very happy with indeed. At the moment, we are just waiting for a player to get his boot back on so that we can get ready to go. At this stage, those boots are looking a little bit old. Perhaps give that man a sponsorship It is the man in the number 6 jersey, which in this one is Neil Otto, who's a name that I haven't really seen too much of as well. And we have also got in there, if you can pour, or if they can drink beer out of the Blue Snow Cup, they can pour delicious gravy onto mashed potatoes with the Currie Cup as well. Says Scrum Last. That one's going to be taken by Dan Duplessis, who is tackled just outside of the 22 to vet. Into the hands now of the number 7, straight on the ball. Almost was the number 6, but not quite able to get it, which in this one is Beinkus, I believe is the pronunciation. Oh, a little knock on almost from the vet, but it did go backwards. Van Reenen now goes to Ifan Roas, who is dropping through, or is trying to fight his way through the gap. The vet goes to Pretorius. Now it's going to be Peterson, who is having a very good run there. Sergio Peterson only 10 metres out now for the Western Province. They are pouring on the pressure. I believe that was Roas once again. The offside advantage, and it's going to be another try. And that is going to be the second try of the match for the man in the number 2 jersey. So we'll update that as well. And that is once again going to be, I believe it was Kutsa who was able to score it. One moment, we will update this one. I will assume that he's going to get this kick over. Once again, we'll have to wait and see. But there we go. At this stage, the Western Province are leading decently in this match as well. And we have got Jezula. Is it Jezula? Jezula? Maybe. Hopefully that is somewhere close. Do let me know, Betty. And also we have got Hey Howdy Hey, mate, as well. And Hey Scrum Lads. Where's the game being played? It is at Loftus Versfeld. I feel like I pronounced that one wrong as well. I need to work on my South African accent a little bit because I don't quite roll some of these names off the tongue, but it is going to be Abner van der Reenen who is going to be kicking this one at the goal. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so it's Injazula. Right, I will remember that, and hopefully it will start rolling off the tongue as well, but it is going to be Van Reenen now who is going to be kicking this one. Currently sitting 2 from 2 in this match so far. Have I jinxed him? No, he has got that one very nicely straight down the middle, and the score now 21 to the Western Province and 7 to the Bulls. Played there a few times as well, says Maxi. See, that's the thing. You've probably, how many countries off the top of your head can you think of that you've played in, Maxi? Because I assume that it would be quite a few. You'd probably be all the Southern Hemisphere ones. Like, in terms of countries, you'd be right up there. Stadiums, you'd be even higher in that one. And we always got, is an epic stadium, a killer at high altitude as well. So I guess that's one thing as well. The British and Irish Lions, when they tour South Africa, their altitude could be one of those factors that could affect them, because I know maybe the coldness, because of how hot it has been in England and whatnot at the moment. That one is taken on the halfway line by Richard Creel for the Bulls. Going to be Mulder. Going back now, a little offload to the number 7, which in this one, he has got shiny boots, and his name is Yako Lavasakni. I feel like I actually got warned about some of these names because of the fact that if you say them wrong, you actually say almost a swear word in the middle of them. Let me think as well. Says Maxi, and looks the Bulls is not going to win by 7 as well, says Birdie. Although, to be fair, they have got a lot of young players who probably, most of them haven't really had much game time. So overall, I think if they can somehow get a try before the end of this first half, they will still be able to try and push towards that bonus point as well. Congrats, my Western Province boys. I'm so proud of you. Another try, please, says Marianne. Of course, another try would give them that bonus point. And while we are waiting for this line out, I will show the table once again. In this one, the Pumas sitting on 5 points in first with the points differential at 29. Very impressive from them with their win over the Lions. Or sorry, yes, it was the Lions. Then the Sharks were able to beat the Lions. Not the Lions. The Sharks were able to beat the Griquas just before. And that is why they are sitting on 5 points as well. It is going to be a sub here by the looks of it. So maybe, is it an HIA or maybe... what is happening there? It is going to be the Bulls player who is coming off the field. That is not good news for me. It was actually the hooker there. He just took a little while to get to that line out, but that is the table as it stands. So both sides will be wanting to get themselves right up there. Now it's going to be in the back of the hands of Duplessis. Little offload, not quite able to be found. And now the Western Province have got this one inside of their 22. And that one is going to be going into touch. We have what's got there would be completely obnoxious if I emailed y'all a master list of MLR resources, like main website and dedicated rugby stadiums in the US and other things, says Scrumley. So I actually love getting emails about all things, not just rugby, just in general. So if you do want to do that, it is more than appreciated. Maybe it will help me out with my MLR research that I will have to start to do. I think my cat's at the window at the moment as well. We always got there. I do hope they win, but it's going to be a really hard match. But it's probably going to be really close, like 20-18 final score, because they have home field advantage, says Ninja. And that is a good point. Maybe they will be able to get right back into this match, heading closer and closer to half-time. But at the moment, it looks like my cat's just ramming himself up against the window. I'm probably going to have to let him in, but I will wait until the next stoppage in the game so that we don't miss any action as well. 11 likes, smash that like button. Subscribe if you are new, says Betty. You heard the man. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hugely appreciated. That is going to be a scrum, and it is going to be won by the vet now. At the back goes to Van Reenen. Now out to Pretorius with a nice pass out into the hands of Njazula, who is driving forward 40 metres out from his own line at the moment. The vet goes back to one of the forwards trying to drive as well. Phase play has been something that hasn't really had too many. Like, I don't think we've reached 10 phases for either side. But normally because of it, it is because the Western Province are getting over the try line to Du Plessis there. Tackled a little bit high. And one of those tackles, the vet, goes back into the hands of the number 5, which in this one is David Mayhazen. Almost dropping that ball on the ground. But now it is going to be fired back once again. Van Reenen trying to pierce the gap, but he is tackled very nicely by the loose head prop of the Bulls. Going back to Antler now with a bit of a step. He has got quick feet, but he is tackled low by Mulder. And at the moment, they are trying to find their way through. They might hit that 10 phases. They're up to 6 at the moment. It's being dropped. Jinxed them big time. And now they are going to be going back, and it is going to be the scrum feed right. I will quickly end up letting my cannon. I will just be there, but I am going to be letting him in. I haven't actually tucked my shirt back in from when I was wearing the suit as well, so hopefully it does end up staying behind the jersey. But I will be back in just a moment. I can keep on talking, though, because I am just going to be going right here to where my cat will be coming in the window. G'day. How are you? Yeah, good. My cat almost talks to me now. I feel like I have taught him how to grunt. Like, he just kind of goes, and whatnot. So I feel like maybe I am slowly teaching him English, but he is a slow learner in that regard. Bulls and Benetton, that is as well, says Ninja Fan. And also we have got there, for that game to be 20-18 as well. So, yeah, that could be a close game. If the Bulls did lose that one, I think a lot of people would be slightly surprised. My cat is now meowing once again. He is going to be making this live stream a bit difficult, but now it is going to be going back to Mulder. Nice little backline movement. Sells a bit of a dummy. And Richard Creel now is stepping around Sinan. A little offload out the back, but not quite able to link up there was Mulder. And now they are only 10 metres out here, the Bulls. Can they score before the end of this first half? Who's going to be grabbing that ball at the moment? They're getting a huge amount of pressure. Little knock on. And unfortunately for the Bulls, they just blew that opportunity. And unfortunately, just didn't quite go the way of Dan Du Plessis, one of the big forwards. I think it was Ruas talking to Du Plessis there. But that was a great run from Richard Creel, but just not quite able to link up with that next pass after it went into the hands of the number 9 here. As we see, nice little sell of the dummy. And then he passes to Richard Creel, steps around St. Antler, little offload out the back to the number 9, but just wasn't quite able to link up with the men on the outside. And because of it, then all of a sudden, they just kind of let that breakdown go there the wrong way. Unfortunately, nice little sell of the dummy there from the number 13, the captain in this one, which is Kumlashi. And he was absolutely nailed in that tackle as well. I will read the chat as well we have got in there. Oh, yeah, thanks, man. And idea we losing this one as well, says Achilles. Hopefully they can make it close, though, because at the end of the day, they only need the 4 tries to be able to get that bonus point. So if they don't win, I think that is what they're going to be going for. That's going to be a good scrum, but it is going to be a penalty there to the Western Province. We have also got England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Samoa, Fiji, Australia, South Africa. Tell you what, that is a list and a half, Maxi. And now you live in Spain, so you've got, is that more than 10? I think that is more than 10 different places, which is pretty awesome. Which place would you say was your absolute favourite to play at as well? Hello, Billy says Scrumless, as on up the Bulls as well, and Bermuda. Argentina as well is added to last year. Morning, Billy, as well, says Bertie. I feel like he's starting to kind of have the same sleep schedule as myself because of the fact that, like, he's normally up when I'm up and I am up in the middle of the night. So that's when he has been up the last few weeks as well. And we have got, and it's not even our strongest players in the Rainbow Cup, says Ninja Fan. And also wish it was our strong team playing as well, says Achilles. And yeah, that's the thing. Luckily for me, I feel like it's a strange situation because of the fact that the Bulls are actually going to be the side. Oh, what happened there? Fought out of the hand. What's the call? So it is going to be now the scrum feed to the Blues. But yeah, at this stage, I feel like it's weird that the Bulls are now the team that I know more players of in that Rainbow Cup final because of the fact that at the start of the Rainbow Cup, I was struggling to name quite a few of the Bulls players. But I feel like with your guys' help, as well as just kind of listening and learning throughout these live streams, I've been able to pick up quite a few of the names. And yeah, hopefully that will improve throughout this one as well. I'm worried about this Bulls side, though, because I feel like I'm going to learn all these players' names and then they're going to disappear for a little while because of the fact that the bigger side, they are playing in Benetton, or playing against Benetton, sorry. They are going to be the side that, it's going to be maybe a lot of those players coming back into that starting lineup. That was an early push, so they are going to have another scrum reset here. But the Western Province at the moment, they've been looking strong in this match so far. 2 tries for the man in the number 2 jersey, which in this one is Kutsa. And then also the other try was for Njezula. But then for the Bulls, they scored the early try in this match, very early in this one, and it was scored by, Kifensi Mufflo is the name as well. And we have also in there, Bulls remain South Africa's best team as well, and be right back. And I mean, if we have our main squads as well, 100% says Birdie, and Blue Blood for life says Ninja Fan. But at this stage, just inside of the Western Province's half, the Bulls have got probably one last attacking opportunity of this first half, sitting 36 minutes in at the moment. And at this stage, they will be hoping to get themselves on the score sheet once again. 3 tries scored by the Western Province. They only need 1 more for the bonus point. It's going to be a penalty to the Bulls, though. Taking it quickly there. No, it is going to be going back. And by the looks of it, they thought about taking it quickly. Now they have here the Bulls, so they are playing aggressive. Richard Creel not quite able to link up. And now maybe they would be wishing that they had decided to take the corner kick instead. But it's going to be the man in the number 1 jersey driving forward here. They are just inside of the half. Going back into the hands of Duplessis now. Little offload into the hands. Oh, he's going now. It is the man in the number 12 jersey, still making extra meters for the Bulls. Now it's going to be Mulder. Goes back to the number 1. Little offload to the number 8, who is getting flipped over backwards there. He is out on the tackle just outside of the 22. Mulder goes back now to Duplessis. Piercing the gap, looking for the offload. Not quite able to find it. He had a player all over him there. Was the man in the number 1 jersey. Little knock on by, in the end, it was Van Reenen. And now it is going to be on the 22. They've got the advantage as well here. Looking for a little bit of a cross kick. Instead of the pass has gone out in the hands of the number 11, the try scorer. He's got to offload on the inside. And it's going to be Richard Creel who was able to score it. Right. The Bulls have been able to do what I mentioned that they need to. They have been able to score right before the end of this first half. And because of it now, if he can get this kick, which I am going to assume he does, although he did strike the last one not very well at all. So I am going to say that he does get it just for now, but I will remove it if he does not. And we always got, obviously, NZ, no place like home. Don't like the heat of Samoa. South Africa, Australia, the hardest for me. But Europe is cool, good crowds as well, says Maxi. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those ones. The fact that crowds are now back in the Northern Hemisphere, I think they're actually going to have crowds at the Benetton game as well in Italy, which is pretty awesome because I feel like the atmosphere of some of those premiership games since they've brought players or since they've brought fans back, it's just been phenomenal. Like, you don't realize how awesome it is to hear the crowds of Super Rugby Aotearoa and Super Rugby AU until you kind of listen to over there in the likes of England when it's just dead silent. But now they have got the crowds back. Also, South Africa at the moment don't have crowds, and I believe that is the way it's going to stay for the British and Irish Lions tour as well, unfortunately. But we are going to get to see some very good rugby, and that's the thing. The first match for the British and Irish Lions is up against Japan, and that is only a week away. And all of a sudden, the tour is here, and it's going to be very exciting to watch indeed. But now it is going to be kicked. Has he got that one? No, he has missed that one once again, so I am going to have to change this one. So Duplessis just hasn't quite been able to find the kicking boots so far in this one. There we go. We will update that, and it's going to be 12 to the Bulls, 21 to the Western Province with only about a minute left before we get to the end of this first half, which does make it very exciting indeed. I'm going to quickly see if I can find some stats for you guys as well when we do get to halftime so that you know exactly how this match has been going. But that one has been kicked off, almost taken. Oh, it's an awkward one, but it is taken nicely by the Bulls just outside of their 22. And that one's going to be almost a rolling maul. Yes, it is. So at this stage, it could be an opportunity for the Western Province to get this ball. Yes, they have, because of the fact that they weren't able to clear it. So it is going to be a scrum to the Western Province, 25 metres out now from the Bulls line. We've also got their ankle weather as well, says Maxi, and also Bulls first, Stormers second, and the Sharks third as well for Achilles in terms of the order of the players. And we have also got, even if we lose here, this doesn't affect our strongest pack. This is like a baby pack playing as well, says Achilles. And they're only about 800, and I think they were 840 kgs or something. So I feel like it's one of those ones that these are smaller packs for both sides. The likes of, I think the two players that I've got on the thumbnail, it is Dwayne Vermeulen, who is injured, Stephen Kitsoff, who is not playing. So I've got two players who aren't actually there, unfortunately. But at this stage, that is the halftime siren, but we have still got a scrum before the end of it. The vet is going to be feeding this ball in, and maybe the Western Province can secure themselves that bonus point before even getting to halftime. That one is a good push. It's going to be an advantage as well for the Western Province here. And the question is, if they do get this penalty, do they decide to go for the 3 or do they go for the corner? But my coverage has also decided to freeze at this stage, so I am still waiting. Right. It is now going to be at the back. They have been able to get that advantage. Now it's going to be the vet. Fires it back to Van Reenen. Now out into the hands of Peterson. And he's got plenty of pace going on the outside. Into the hands of the number 14. What a low tackle that is. And straight on the ball. And I think it has been stolen, is it? By the Bulls. No, they are going right back for the advantage for the scrum. So almost going into halftime 21-12. But they have got one more chance. Do they take the 3? Or do you go for the corner? We're already 41 minutes through. What are they deciding? It's in the hands of Van Reenen. What does he want to do? Does he want to kick him for the corner or he's going for the corner? This first half is not over yet. And that one has been kicked into touch. 10 metres out now. And the last time they had a rolling maul, the Western Province, it worked very well. And we have got in there Bristol versus Harlequins a lock at 31-31. There must not be that much time left in that game. Do let me know what the clock is in that game, Bertie, because that is going to be a very intense finish to this match and also to that match. By the sounds of it, it is going to be going to the front once again, and the Western Province are set in that rolling maul. Can they get another try? If they get one more try off the back of the rolling maul, it's gone down, though. And now they've got the advantage once again. The vet is going to be going back now into the hands of Van Reenen. Offload to Ifan Ruas. And he is driving forward once again. The vet now fires it back. Van Reenen with a bit of a cross kick. It's going to almost be taken. Well taken by Richard Creel, and we're going back for another penalty now. It's a double blow of the whistle. So I think that is going to be a yellow card. Who is going to be coming off the field? He's trying to line up a play of the ref. Who does he decide to take off the field? He's trying to work out who he wants to give it to. Okay, it is going to be a yellow card. It is going to be Martin Zimmer who is coming off the field here. Unfortunately for him, he is going to be heading off the field before the end of this first half. So a good opportunity for the Western Province to not just score a try here, but also maybe get themselves a try early on in the first half or the second half as well. And yeah, crowds make a huge difference when playing as well. Gives you more adrenaline, says Maxie. Yeah, it's one of those ones you can't beat a full stadium in terms of the atmosphere and also just like the way that players play. Oh, that's a rolling maul. That's going to be a hat trick. And that is another try for the Western Province. And it is a hat trick to that man in the number 2 jersey, which in this one is JJ Kutsa. We'll update that one and then I will go straight back to the chat. But I do appreciate you all being here. If you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be learning the Currie Cup as we go. So some of these names hopefully will all be rolling off the tongue by the end of it as well. We have got, they are in the first half of extra time as well, says Bertie. Oh, how long's extra time each half? Do let me know, Bertie. I feel like I want to switch over and watch that game at the same time. Can I do that? How would I do that? One moment. I'm going to see if I can do this, but at this stage, it is going to be the try. 2, it was once again the man in the number 2 jersey, Kutsa, JJ Kutsa, that is. We are going to go. One moment, we are typing it in. We might be able to get going on Sky Sport now as well as Sky Go. They have 2 different Skies going at the same time, and we have got crowds in New Zealand with bigger at the beginning of Super Rugby and also 50,000 plus in Christchurch at the 1998 semi-final versus the Sharks. Yeah, that would have been awesome. 50,000 in attendance is a pretty awesome one indeed. Are they actually playing the game? I don't actually think they've got it on Sky for that game between those two sides, which seems strange not to be having that game happening as well. I will have a quick look, though, to see if I can find it. But at this stage, it is going to be half-time between these two sides. 28 to the Western Province and also 12 to the Bulls. We will quickly update it. We will put that it is full-time. Or sorry, it's half-time in this match. We have still got a half to go. This is almost a full-time score. We've still got 40 minutes left. So it should be a very exciting second half. But already a hat trick to JJ Kutsa. He is going to be hoping to go even further than that. And at this stage, we've also got there, yes, was pumping. They had to put temporary stands up close to the field as well. And they are first half of extra time and Lancaster Park. I feel like I'm too busy like talking in the slightly trying to say the South African names and then going back to like a normal New Zealand name seems to just struggle for me. But Lancaster Park is where it was. But at this stage, I'm going to have a look to see whether or not they actually have it anywhere for the Premiership games on New Zealand TV, because it seems like they are missing them, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame indeed. But at this stage, half-time, going to be an exciting second half, that is for sure. At the moment, the possession 66% for the Western Province. Territory is 69%. 3 tries to the 2. The Western Province having the 3 already. But that number will now become 4. I believe that hasn't quite updated to the state that it should be. And I see that the Harlequins have actually scored, if I'm not wrong. It is on Sky Sport 1. It is lying to me because it says Sky Sport 1 is the doubles in the tennis. But it is actually, I assume, the match between... No, it is tennis. That's interesting. Why have we not got the Premiership over here? But Harlequins were able to score. Does that mean they go through? Birdie, do let me know. We've also got a super sticker from David as well. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated there. I will have a look. I have to actually look on my phone to see what the super sticker is. It is a incredible little one as well. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated for that. And at this stage, I actually should bring up a question, shouldn't I? Because that was the tradition that we had on the last live stream for the finals match. It was anytime we got a donation, we'd go straight to the question board and see, exactly what kind of question I want you guys in the chat to be answering. Right. Okay. This is a good one as well. I will go with it. And I feel like it fits in pretty nicely. Dream match. What is the dream match that you wish you would be able to see? It can be one that probably will never happen depending on the areas that the teams are playing. But dream matches, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Yeah, they scored, says Birdie. So at this stage, I believe that would mean that they won the match, which means that the Bristol Bears are going to be knocked out, which is pretty unfortunate for them as well. But yeah, thank you very much for that donation, David. Hugely appreciated there. And at this stage, the question to the chat is, if you could make up a dream match in the world of rugby, who would it be and why? That is going to be the big one. But at this stage, I will get up some more stats for you guys. Looking at the first half, 67% possession, 71 for territory as well. Going the way of the Western Province at this stage. They made more meters. Defenders beaten 20 to the 8 as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how the second half goes. The Bulls actually started this match pretty well with the young side. The first try of the match was scored by the man in the number 11 jersey for them, which is Kefensi Mufflo as well. But then from there, has been try after try for the Western Force, the Western Province, including 3 in a row for it was Jean-Jacques Kutse, or also JJ Kutse. And then also the other try was scored by, Nijezula as well. But then the last try of the first half, I believe, how have I ended up here? I've ended up on a different document in terms of who was scoring, and it was also the try for, it was Richard Creel as the other one, Crusaders versus best European team. I wish we could get to see that one. I feel like that would be a very exciting matchup to be able to see, purely because of the fact that it's one that's been talked about so many times, but we've never quite seen it. Crusaders versus Leinster, I know, is one that's high on everyone's bucket list as well. Why are you not showing the game? Says DJ Mike. Unfortunately, due to licensing, if I show any footage from the game or audio, the YouTube kind of copyright system just takes down the live stream straight away. We have had it in the past that someone in the chat tried to show it as a little bit of a test, and they got their whole channel wiped within like the first 5 seconds. So unfortunately, I wish I could show you it, but the best I can do is only talk it through what is happening in the game. I am sorry about that, mate. We also got Fiji versus South Africa will be competitive. I think Fiji have Radradra and Joshua Tuasova as well, says Neville Singh. And they are 2 players that I wish that I had seen on that team sheet for the squad that are going to be facing New Zealand, because they are 2 that are missing out. But they have still got the likes of Ben Vulavula. He is a very talented player who could have a bit of an impact there as well. But also in this first half, talking about the likes of Ben Vulavula, Radradra and Tuasova, players who break quite a few tackles. Definitely those last 2. And we have got in this situation 20 tackles missed for the Bulls in this first half. 66 tackles made, decent from them. But at this stage also, it is 37 tackles made by the Western Province and 7 made, or 7 missed at this stage. But at this stage, I've got tennis on for the, I was looking for the Premiership game, but unfortunately just decided that apparently I wanted to watch some tennis. Anyone who was interested in tennis, Augur Aliasimi is going all right up against Humbert, maybe. But we all go back to the rugby, of course, because it is a lot easier to explain than tennis. How do you commentate tennis for radio commentary? He's hit the ball. He's hit it back. He's hit the ball. He's hit it back. Oh, point. I don't know how I'd do it. I don't think I would, to be fair. I think I'd say myself the hassle. No problem. Thanks, buddy. Says DJ Mike. No worries. And yeah, hopefully you will be able to find the content or find the game somewhere. Unless, of course, you end up watching the highlights after. Do they still do highlights on YouTube for the Currie Cup? I know they did it for the Rainbow Cup, but do they do it for the Currie Cup as well? We obviously got mate, looks like they have to play both halves of extra time as well, said Birdie. Oh, so it's not just golden point. They just keep on going. That's interesting. So hopefully we do get to see an interesting situation there. So the Bristol Bears still have a slight chance. They are showing the try there. Little cross kick. Beautiful cross kick indeed. Offloaded on the inside. It was Richard Creel. And he has had a very good first half so far for his side. Super Rugby is currently the best rugby union or union rugby league, at least to me as well, says Ninja Fan. It's very exciting to watch. Like Super Rugby Aotearoa, like every week you knew you were going to get two great games of rugby. Like we had 1 week that both games went to golden point, which just was crazy because we hadn't had a golden point up to that stage. So I feel like it's one of those ones that are just brilliant in terms of if you want fast-paced, like kind of hard-hitting rugby, I feel like the competition in New Zealand, but also some of these games in South Africa have been just as entertaining. I've enjoyed the Rainbow Cup because you know it's always going to be a close game, and maybe could be the same for the Currie Cup here, but at the moment, 2 tries scored for the Western Province, like I mentioned. Tackles made. That's actually only got them making 43 tackles made. So I wonder what has happened with my stats in that regard, but handling error 7 for the Western Province. Their stats are just completely different to the ones that I was talking about by the looks of it, which is interesting. Mine had them making about 70 tackles or 66 with 20 missed tackles there. So it's interesting to see the difference in that regard. Or I think they've made 46 of the 66, I think, is actually that regard. So they did miss 20, but they have made a few as well. To Q-Lads tennis commentary. Yeah, I don't think that one will be coming anytime soon. I think I'm looking at other ventures in terms of other sports that you guys would like to see. I know cricket has been mentioned quite a bit. I did quite a bit of the KFC Big Bash last year, the Australian competition. So hopefully I will be able to do that again. And also the Cricket World Cup is coming up, but I'm not sure whether to do it on this channel or another channel is my big dilemma there. And yes, Ben Villa also played for the Crusaders, if I'm not mistaken, says Neville Singh. That's the thing. The Crusaders, when you think about their players, like me and George were watching a montage earlier on, and every time you saw that backline, you went, geez, that is that player that went on to be very good. That was a strange sentence, but like every time you look, there is just someone there that you realize, like, I didn't even realize that the Crusaders had that player, like, until you realize after now where they are kind of thing. At this stage, also, we have got someone, Kristen, in the chat, has said something to Birdie. Unfortunately, I'm not too sure what that says, but I have got in there Bulls and Benetton. I know those two for the Rainbow Cup final, so maybe it is something along the lines of, are you going to be watching that game? Maybe. I feel like I'd love to be able to learn a bit more South African as well. Or it's not called South African, though, is it? It's called Afrikaan, maybe? I could be wrong there, though. And you guys should do Crankworks. It takes place in Rotorua. It's a freestyle mountain bike competition. It's absolutely mind-blowing as well, said Scrumlace. And man, he can't understand bro as well, says Ninja. Yeah, I'm not the best with my pronunciations of some of these names, but hopefully Birdie has put the thumbs up as well. So maybe it is along those lines. But I am going to be doing a live stream for the match between Benetton and the Bulls. And that is going to be happening at 4:30 New Zealand time. So in an hour and a half, that is when that one is going to be starting. And we are going to be learning all about those players as well. It's going to be exciting. And yeah, I am going to be absolutely loving it. While it is halftime, I might take this moment to let my cat out of the lounge, because at this stage he is kind of lurking around the door. So I am only going over the other side of the room. Could bring Kieran up for you guys, although he doesn't really talk, so he's not much of a talker there in that regard. But at this stage, I will be back in only about maybe 10 seconds or so. So just hang in there. My hair is terrible when I take the headset off. I am going to be letting my cat out. Right, we are back. And he is outside, but they are showing an advertisement for Fiji versus the All Blacks. That's going to be a very exciting matchup to watch. That is for sure. But we are only moments away from the Currie Cup getting back underway. I will show you guys the table before this match took place, which was very interesting. The Pumas able to get a big win over the Lions, and also the Sharks getting the win over the Griquas. And at this stage, that was actually a pretty tough game for the Sharks. Didn't really go their way as one-sided as people thought it would be. But the bonus point at the moment for the Western Province, if they get the win here, they will be moving up onto 5 points. And with the points differential the way that it is, they would move into second, the way that it is sitting. But this Bulls side look like they're still going to be fighting. But with that yellow card, unfortunately for them, it's going to get them into that predicament. It's going to be tough for them. At this stage, the possession 68% for the Western Province. Also, 43 tackles made by one side, the Bulls, 16 made by the other. It is pretty one-sided here, but also the scoreboard is still maybe not completely out of the Bulls' reach. They've missed a couple conversions, but other than that, the handling errors of the Western Province could come back to haunt them as they're looking forward to the Bulls at Benetton final. Says Colin, yeah, that's going to be a good game to watch between those two sides. It's going to be an interesting one. Oh, Bristol have taken the lead back, have they, Birdie? By the looks of that. It's going to be a very close game to watch, and I feel like I'd love to be able to see the highlights after that one. So I'll probably end up watching those highlights while I am eating my tea/breakfast/ I guess kind of weird timed meal, because I will still be up at about 7 a.m. here in New Zealand after the Benetton game. And we have got welcome back after a few weeks as well, says Abdul Malik. Welcome in, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. At the moment, this game is a little bit more one-sided than I think a lot of people expected. But at the end of the day, the Bulls, they have got a very young side here, and they are going to be hoping that they can use them to their advantage, maybe get 1 or 2 early tries in this second half, and then we will be back underway for the Bulls to be able to get towards that top spot. Of course, defending champs, beating the Sharks in the final last year, or earlier this year, I guess it is, the last season of the Currie Cup. We have got rid of the halftime, and also we have now got the chance for Abner Van Reenen, to be kicking off the second half. Now, the Bulls are still down to only 14 men, so that is going to be a very big moment. Thanks for the good commentary as well, says Colin. Thank you very much for tuning in as well, mate. It is hugely appreciated. Kicked off there by Van Reenen, kicking it high. A lot of birds around at the moment, taken nicely. But it was by Job there. Now they are breaking off the backs, and Antler trying to get straight over the ball, but he did lose his footing there. And at this stage, there's a rolling ball still going on. A little bit of a push and a shove as well, and because of it now, was a little bit of a four-pass from the Bulls. And now the Western Province are once again going to have this ball. We have also got there, I enjoy watching South African rugby because it's similar to us. Cheers, Hamish. As well, says David. Yeah, it is quite enjoyable to watch. I have a feeling that if I had kind of started watching it a couple years earlier, like I would still be loving it because of the fact that this is really my first Currie Cup that I am watching almost in full. And it is because I've just become hooked on South African rugby from the Rainbow Cup. And I feel like the more rugby knowledge I can learn over the next kind of 12 months, like there's so much rugby on, and I want to be able to kind of name all the players because I feel like it does end up in that situation of like, as long as you can kind of name the players, it does benefit the commentary because at the moment I'm in that transitional stage of I still try and go, wait, who is that before I say something? But then from there, if I can learn all the players, then it will roll off the tongue a little bit more like the Super Rugby live stream to anybody who was tuning in for that one. You will be wondering why I've got this on. I've actually still got a tie on. I'm going to be wearing the suit for the Benetton Bulls game just because of the fact that it is a final and that has become the tradition here on the channel. And at this stage now, it is going to be the scrum for the Western Province. 40 metres out now from the Bulls line. Forward pass was what cost them there. Now it's going to be to Vet. Goes back to Van Reenen now. Going short side into the hands of St. Antler. A little bit of a juggle. But he has managed to claim that one now. And they have got this ball just inside of the 22. To Vet. Driving forward once again are the big forwards of the Western Province. They are making meters every day of the week. And it's going to be for Fouché. And the ball has gone to ground and it's gone out the side. And it's going to be stolen there by Mulder. And now the Bulls have got this one inside of their own 22, though. So by the looks of it, are they going to go for the kick? That was an awkward pass. And it is going to be an advantage to them. They had the advantage. Are they going back? No. It is going to be the line out now for the Western Province. It was a very awkward pass from Duplessis there. And then in there, it was the number 12 who decided that he would go for the kick, which in this one, that's a name and a half. It is Loritz van der Schaaf, maybe. We've got about 5 minutes to play as well, says Betty. Do keep me updated, mate. as well. We will wait and see whether or not Bristol can hang on. We've also got, thank you for bringing us Bulls Benetton final later, mate. No worries. It will be on at 4:30 a.m. New Zealand time. But at this stage, my weekends have kind of become going to bed at like 7 a.m. because of all the rugby that we've got on in every country that isn't New Zealand. I've been covering the Rainbow Cup, been covering a few of the other matches that we have had around the place, and now I'm covering the Currie Cup as well, alongside the final of the Rainbow Cup as well. It's going to be going out the back. Mulder here is going to be able to kick this one just outside of his 22, almost charged down. Now it is going to be chased hard by the try scorer, almost taking it, but it is going to be the Stormers player who in the end was able to claim it, the man in the number 14 jersey. Now it's going to be back to the vet, inside ball into the hands of Thundering and keeping the ball in play as well. Very nicely done, Kutsa, the man who has already scored 3 tries in this match so far. It's going to be a penalty to the Western Province, sorry. Keep on confusing those two as well. Good work, brother. Channel growing, says Maxi. Yeah, the amount of support that we've had over the last few weeks as well has just been huge. Like at the moment, I haven't actually checked what we are sitting on, but I think we've gone up about 70 subscribers today, which is just a huge number. And I do thank you all very much for that. We are currently sitting on 2691. So we are still growing. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button. We might be able to get ourselves all the way to 2,700, maybe by the end of this live stream or the live stream after this as well. We have also got there. We have got there in the chat about 5 minutes to play. And we have also got, hey, great comment as well, says Sethu. Hopefully I pronounced that one correctly. But do let me know. And then, unfortunately, I'm not too sure what that says at the end. But do let me know if you have got a translation, anyone in the chat. But that is going to be now in the hands of Dan Duplessis, driving forward to Vet. Goes to Van Reenen, out into the hands of now Peterson. Getting close to the line, only 10 metres out now for the Western Province. They've already got the bonus point. But if they can increase that points differential, then they will be in a very good position on the table at the end of this round. Van Reenen going for the cross check, but it's going straight into the hands. And it is going to be marked there. Going to take the quick tap now, and they're on the counter attack. It's going to be Mulder, little offload. He loves one of those. The captain on the outside. Now going to the man right next to the touchline, which in this one is Muffler. Now it is going to be going back. Oh, that's a big contact between the number 1 and the number 5 here. The ball's going back. The hands of Duplessis kicking it across field once again. St. Antler trying to line it up. Takes it beautifully over the head, passing it across field. The hands of Peterson. He's got plenty of acceleration, trying to find the gap as well, and he has found it, Peterson. But now he has run straight at one of the big forwards on the halfway line to Vet, now selling a bit of a dummy. Does the step as well. Now it is going to be offloaded backwards to Vet. Cleans up, goes back to Van Reenen. Out to Duplessis now. Oh, it's a great run from Efan Roas, but a ball has come free. He doesn't normally have too many handling errors, Efan Roas. But now it is going to be Sebastian Job, who has kicked that one downfield out on the full, I believe, if I'm not wrong, but he looks like he's hurt his knee in the process. And at this stage, we have also got to tell you what, we've got a lot of people in the chat as well. I thank you all very much for being here. You must be a happy guy today after the Blues match, says Abdul Malik. I was pretty impartial throughout that live stream. I know that the two guys who I had with me for that live stream were both going for the Highlanders, so they weren't too happy. But I have actually got the tie that I'm wearing is kind of a Blues tie. I have got the blue and the white, if you guys can see that. So I was wearing the Blues tie. Isaac was wearing the Highlanders tie. And George was not wearing a tie because George doesn't like dressing up for these live streams. And we have got thanks again for the wonderful commentary. Hamish got to go time to try and rest. As well, says Scrum Lads, no worries. Thank you very much for all the support you've been showing on the channel over this last little while. We've got, bro, remember, there's no Afrikaans as well. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night chat as well, says Scrum Lads. And means thank you from Cape Town as well. So that is pretty awesome. And I think we've actually got quite a few people watching from all around South Africa, which is pretty awesome as well. And I do thank you all very much for being here. It does make these live streams that much more fun when you guys are tuning in for them. That one has gone down there. And by the looks of it, it is still going to be in the hands of the Western Province. That was a low kick from DeVet, and then the ball came free. Little grubber in behind. Now it is going to be Peterson cleaning up, goes out into the hands of Sinantler. And he is looking for the offload. Didn't find it, though. Oh, that's a very awkward fall for the man in the number 14 jersey. But he is back up, which is very impressive there, because he kind of almost looked like he did a split / kind of a twist at the same time. And now it is going to be in the hands of Van Reenen. Goes back now. I feel like you guys have probably noticed that I know the Western Province side a little bit better than I know the Bulls at this stage, but that is because, of course, the Bulls, they don't have their normal side. That's a great tackle. And now it's going to be a big run down the wing. He's shunted off the number 9. Little offload, not quite able to link up. And now it is going to be Mulder close to the touchline. Offload out the back. That's a beautiful one as well on the halfway line at the moment, trying to clean out all of the players. And I believe that is going to be a no, not quite a penalty there for the Western Province. going to be in the hands of the big man in the number 17 jersey, the replacement prop there. Goes back now. Duplessis kicks that one. I think that's almost gone upwards and straight up indeed. It's only got a couple meters, but that's going to be taken nicely. And in the end, he was fighting with his own player, and because of it, it did almost lead to them losing the ball. Sergio Peterson trying to get that one in behind Irfan Ruas, cleaning up the ball. It's a bit messy at the moment between these two sides, but I will try and read the chat in a very short moment. Now it is going to be Van Reenen kicking it in behind, looking for the territory game. It's going to sit up inside of the 22. And now Duplessis has kicked it back downfield, going to be bouncing awkwardly for Van Reenen. But he has been able to take it there, running with the ball in one hand. It is going to be Peterson who is going to be putting up chasing. When that man is chasing a kick, you know, he's going to be able to get there. Oh, it's gone straight out on the full. He's not going to be getting to that one. And we are going right back to where that kick was taken as well. We have also got there in the chat, we have got, I know, but the commentary doesn't as well. And Dinky, Dinky means thank you as well as Colin. And thank you for translating. Sorry, I was not thinking about, by the way, he is a she as well, says Sesithu. So we will remember that as well. But yeah, thank you very much for letting me know. I feel like that's one thing that I love about these live streams is the fact that you guys, like for words that I don't understand or anything like that, or names that I can't pronounce, like you guys are always right here as kind of like my help in that regard, because of the fact that you're just able to nail the names. Because most of you are from South Africa, it does help me out big time when you guys kind of sound out the names. Like for some of these guys, like the likes of Loritz van der Schyff, I feel like that is one name that I would never get used to saying up until I've said it like 50 times. But that's the problem with the Bulls side as well. Most of these players probably aren't going to be playing in the next few weeks because of the big men from Benetton, or the team against Benetton will be returning, but that is going to be the Bulls once again driving forward. Going to be Mulder. Little offload back. It's a rough looking backline, but now it's going to be in the hands of Job there. And he has been tackled. The ball has come free once again. Another handling error for the Bulls, and now it's going to be a backline, a very flat one. Now it's going to be St. Antler running onto the ball nicely. It's going to be Paul DeVet trying to back his pace down the wing. Little offload. That's got a mile forward there. And now it is going to be the scrum. It's going to continue. No, it's not. They are going back now because of the knock on. They are going to be having the scrum to the Bulls as well. And we have got Lecky Guy as well, says Imran. Hopefully, what is Lecky? Is that hello? I'm not too sure. I feel like hopefully that is hello. And if that is the case, welcome into the live stream. Harlequin tries his birdie. That must be extremely late in the match, birdie. How much time is left at this stage? The Harlequins might be able to steal this at their last minute as well, but they're reviewing it as well as this birdie. I remember that game that I watched between the Wasps and the Harlequins. And I went down to the wire, and I believe the Harlequins scored in the last minute to win 48-46. And that was one of the first premiership games that I had watched, and I absolutely loved it. And by the looks of it, they are saying that Tim Svel will be making his way out onto the field very soon. And now also the number 6 is going to be coming off the field, which is Neil Otto, and that is going to be Diamani, who is going to be making his way out there as well. And by the sounds of it, might be he is on loan at the moment from the Lions. And we have got there, you said Van der Schyff or Funder. I have a few little notes here as well. Van der Schyff. I kind of have them written out so that some of them I actually have the pronunciations for. Oh, that's a great push from the Western Province, and they have just won that one against the feed as well. Their forward back, has been very dominant. But yeah, I actually have kind of like the slightly Kiwi-ified kind of pronunciations written in brackets next to the names so that I can try and get them a bit better. But that one is going to be kicked for the corner. There's also going to be Zach Berger coming out onto the field, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Oh, sorry, that might actually not be Zach Berger. Who is Berger? I haven't actually got a Berger on the bench, so I'm not too sure. I think that is Yandre Berger, who was actually going to be starting this match by the looks of it. I think I just saw that the Harlequins, they won the match up against Bristol. Tri-Stans and Harlequins are heading to the Premiership final. That is something that people wouldn't have been expecting. How much time left? At the moment, we are sitting 49 minutes in, so we've still got 31 left of this match. So still plenty of time as well. And we haven't got, you're doing well with pronouncing. I love pronouncing. Thank you very much, mate. It is hugely appreciated. Now it's going to be another rolling ball for the Western Force, who has got the ball in hand at the moment because they are only a metre short. Surely not. Yes, it is. And it's the man in the number 2 jersey. Once again, JJ Kutsa, he has got his 4 for the match. Tell you what, that man's going to be hard to stop when it comes to the points or the try scorer of the competition because he's already got 4. We're only in the first round. But it was very nicely done by JJ Kutsa. And because of it now, they have been able to score again. OMG, WP. Western Province can be happy. We ain't playing with the main squad as well, says Achilles. Yeah, that's the thing. Defending champs, the Bulls here. And it's almost like it's an interesting situation. It's kind of good that they're in the final with the Rainbow Cup, but bad in regards to the fact that they are going to be a little bit underpowered in this game. It's one of those ones I would have thought that maybe they'd consider having the game 1 week later, but I guess that's going too close to the British and Irish Lions tour for the start of the Currie Cup. But at this stage now, it's going to be Van Reenen who is going to be kicking this one. So far, 4 from 4 at this stage, 100% kicking accuracy for this man so far. Been playing pretty well at this stage as well, but 50 minutes into this game, only 30 to go. And at this stage, yeah, well done, Western Cape, as well, says Sisithu. Hopefully I am pronouncing that correctly as well. True Kiwi, as well, says Achilles. And that one, he's missed it. I'll have to update that. That's a bit of a shame. I thought that he was going to be getting that one. Actually gave it to him before he had kicked it because of that 100%, but it's just once again the rolling maul of the Western Province that has been working too well for the Bulls to be able to defend it. And at this stage, looking at the table once again, we look at the points differential. 29 is the difference for the Pumas, who are in first. So it's a big question of whether or not, that one's been claimed beautifully by Dan du Plessis there, just inside of his 22 now. Yes, the question of can the Western Province win this match by 29 or more? That's going to be Sergio Peterson now, and he is hoping that he can do so, but they are still on the 22 at the moment here. Now it is going to be fired wide into the hands of DeVet down the wing. He's been driven backwards on the tackle, though, the winger. And at this stage now, the Bulls going for a bit of a counter-ruck. Someone lost their shirt there in the breakdown. Just going to be for Share going to ground, and now it's going to be in the hands of Abner Van Reenen. And he has kicked that one downfield, taken nicely there by Richard Creel. Now it's Richard Creel, and he has dropped that one, unfortunately, for him. And now it is now going to be a scrum feed for the Western Province. Once again, you're doing great, Kiwi, as well. And also, but for me, this is a good chance to give the young players a chance as well, says Achilles. And that's the thing. In this situation, if any of these players play very well for the Bulls, they will be able to make a claim for possibly getting there in that starting lineup or on the reserves bench. Like at the moment, I feel like Mufflo, he has had a pretty good game overall for them in the number 11 jersey. Also, who else would I say? A couple of the forwards have been going decently. I think they've completely changed the rule because I saw that de Klerk, I think, is now making his way out onto the field. But in mine, he was in the starting lineup. So I am well and truly confused. Masimla now coming out onto the field as well. That is replacing a number 14. And Tim Swill is going to be out there for Van Reenen now. And the number 10 jersey, the Bulls are next level, as well, says Ninja Fan. And when our guys come back from the Rainbow Cup final, we will be a force again. Bulls for life, says Colin. And also agreed, says Achilles. We will win this Currie Cup when our guys are back. And that's the thing. With such a long competition, I believe it's around 13 or 14 rounds, there is going to be plenty of time for them to be able to get right back up at the top of the table. And at this stage, I guess the next goal for them would be to score 2 more tries to get that bonus point. And that is going to be a good push from the Western Province. That makes it hard to do because now they've got the advantage against them 40 metres out. And now it's going to be in the hands of Pretorius trying to find a gap, but he has slipped over. So Nantler joining that ruck, trying to protect the ball. They've got the advantage still at this stage, 30 metres out. Short ball there from Masimla. Sorry, I don't think that was Masimla. I think I've got the name wrong, but now it's going to be Tim Swill who is driving forward there. And I think, yes, actually, it was Masimla. Now it's going to be Peterson on the outside. Goes to Efan Ruiz. You can't stop that man. He's running straight. Oh, did he fumble it? No, he didn't. He has gone all the way, Efan Ruiz. And he has been able to score the try. Now, a big thing here, it's going to be points differential. Once again, we saw it in Super Rugby Aotearoa of whether or not points differential was going to cost the side. And in the end, the Bulls, they are going to have to score a lot of points in the coming weeks because of the fact that they won't want their side to be too far behind in that points differential. But Efan Ruiz, you couldn't leave the men on the outside because it would have been going into the hands of the number 9 there. But Efan Ruiz, too strong, deserved a try because he has been playing extremely well. And that's the thing. Also, number 8 for the Sharks, Buthelezi, he had a very good game in the last match up against the, I've forgotten the name of the Griquas as well. We have got there in the chat, 21 likes. Well done, guys. Smash that like button and subscribe. If you are new, you heard the man. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is very much appreciated. And we are going to be doing the match between the Bulls and Benetton. That is going to be kicking off in only an hour and 10 minutes time. So it's going to be an exciting one. My voice is trying to disappear, but luckily it hasn't been going anywhere. And we have got a Stormers lover as well, says Sithu. He's missed that one as well there. So at the moment, 26 is the points differential. So they only need a 3-pointer here and something. So if they get one more try and it stays the way that it is, they will be leading the competition after the first round, I believe. But there is still going to be, no, there's not going to be any more games. So they will be leading the competition after this round if they can get it right here. And I also believe Bulls will win the Currie Cup once our team is back, as well, says Colin. Yeah, the Bulls, when they are in form, they are on form. And also they have still got, like you mentioned, they had 44 players or so that they weren't actually allowed to, that weren't available for selection. That one has gone up and started like an Aussie rules game. Now it's going to be Sergio Peterson, who is driving sideways here. My cat is very confused at what I am doing at the moment at this time. Tim Sweldo kicking that one downfield. There's someone who's holding someone in a guillotine at the moment on the field, but I think they have let go now. It's going to be going high, taken nicely there by Tim Swell, now going across into the hands of Peterson. Goes to Sinantla, and he is going to be trying to find the gap. A great tackle there from the Bulls. Overall, their defense, other than a few missed tackles, that's been pretty solid at times in this match. And for such a young side, you would say that that is pretty decently done. Although, of course, up against the Western Province at the moment, the scoreboard is not saying the same thing. Efan Rais, quick hands under the hands now of the winger, which in this one is actually the number 9. He is driving forward as well. Very nicely done. Chucking the ball backwards. That was Paul DeVette. Now it is going to be driving forward once again. And at the moment, the Western Province, they look like they aren't slowing down here. They look like they want another Tim Swell. Putting that ball high. It's being chased hard. Who's going to line it up? Oh, taken in the air there. I think Richard Krill actually almost did a bit of a dive there as well at the same time. But it is now going to be in the hands of the Bulls. Almost intercepted. Now they've got the advantage here for the Bulls, and it was a player offside is the call. Now it's going to be going back to the captain, little grubber in behind, not quite able to get through. And it is going to be the penalty to the Bulls. 55 minutes through this one at the moment as well. And we have also got in there as well. Even if we lose here, we remain South Africa's best team, period. And I also believe in there, and yeah, bro, the Bulls first team is top level Bulls, blue blood. Also, we have got Colin streaming in the chat. Blues for life, nice dream. But can become reality. And hey, bro, what's up? It's been a while. Who do you think, or who? Sorry, I can't speak now. I'm getting too excited. Who you got winning later, Bulls or Benetton? It's a hard one. I feel like I've thought about this many times, and I'm thinking I think the Bulls will be the more physical side, but Benetton still have quite a few good players. They've got a few Kiwis. They've got a few South Africans in there as well, including their captain. So it's one of those ones, I think it's going to go to the Bulls, but it's not going to be by as many as some people are thinking. Like some people are thinking they're going to win by like 40 points, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be a close match. And now it is going to be now in the hands of Tim Swell getting driven sideways there. But he has gone to ground. It was Jobs who was making the tackle. Now it's going to be in the hands of Fouché, who is bumping off the number 2 of the other side on the halfway line at the moment. But there is a double blow of the whistle, a triple blow of the whistle. That doesn't sound good. Serious injury. Who's the injured player? Oh, it's the man down in the middle of the field, and it is a knee injury by the looks of it. It is the number. Is that a 1? That might be a 1. So if it is the case, it would be no, it's not number 1, because I know the number 1, and that would be Matazima, who did go off the field for a yellow card. We always got go Western Province from Heavens on as well. At the moment, it is obvious that the Western Province will win. This is basically our third team as well, says Ninja Fan, and Western Province always or also have players out, and so we'll beat them as well, says Rodney. And come on, boys, Western Province, says Fabian. We've got a lot of people supporting the Western Province in the chat, but also the Bull supporters in here as well. It is awesome to see you guys all here. And yeah, it is very much appreciated. Tell you what, we're going to try something. We'll see how it goes. Where do I find it? I am going to find this thing very quickly for me. They've actually introduced polls onto YouTube live streams. So I am going to put, if it lets me, while we have got this injury, we've got a bit of time to fill in. But I am going to put Currie Cup 2021 winner. And I am going to put, oh, I have to type in all the teams, won't I? It's going to be the Bulls, the Lions. Add the option. We're going to go. Is it going to let me? It seems to be misbehaving at the moment, but they are showing the awkward landing for that man, unfortunately. Western Province. Who are the other sides? I feel like I need to remember there's 7, isn't there? So I will try my best to put all of them in, and then I will ask you guys, okay, I'm only allowed 4. So if it is a team that I haven't listed there, be sure to let me know. But these are the 4 options. And everyone who is in the chat at the moment, be sure to vote on that poll of who you think is going to be winning the match. Did it come through? I don't think it did, unfortunately. Oh, yes, it has. Right, you are able to vote on who you think is going to be winning the competition. And at the moment, the Bulls are leading with 50%. I feel like it might be slightly biased depending on how many Bulls supporters / anyone supporters that we have got in the chat as well. We have got great games, says Fabian, and guess the Bulls aren't playing well as the Bulls have played their worst team as the good players are playing later. I mean, why didn't they play this team against the Sharks later as well in the chat as well? I used to follow the Currie Cup a few years back. I loved it. They had some legendary players. The rivalry between their provinces is out of this world. It's awesome, says David. Yeah, I absolutely love watching it. And it's one of those ones that it's only very recently that I started getting right back into it. But at this stage, we have still got a little bit of stoppage time, which is why we are stalling a little bit with the poll. But if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. We are going to be doing the Benetton versus Bulls game, also a few Currie Cup games next week. And then leading into the British and Irish Lions tour, we're going to have all those matches, including the match up against Georgia for the Springboks. Going to be a good one as well. We always got good evening supporters as well, says Jan Fenta. Welcome into the live stream. And hey, Jan, says Sisithu. And also, hi, Jan, Pumas, mate, as well, says Birdie. Yeah, I feel like I would have added them. I didn't realize there were only 4 options, unfortunately. So I do apologize in that regard. Now that I know that you can only have 4, though, I was going to put all 7 sides. And unfortunately, yeah, the only first 4. I feel like the Lions were one that people thought were going to have a good chance, but then the Pumas won very well up against the Western Province forever, says Sisethu. And also I'm still fuming about that, to be honest, says Aiden. And you've got the Pumas and the Griquas. And I think there is one other team that I missed out as well. But yeah, unfortunately, it decided that I could only put 4 sides in that regard. And looking at it at the moment, at this stage, 46% says Bulls, 38% says Western Province, and then 8% for Lions, 8% for Sharks as well. I wait for the big game. Pumas don't stand a chance, man. As well, says Achilles, thanks for the poll, mate. Says Colin, I will do it for the next match as well between Benetton and also the Bulls, I guess, as well. So be sure to tune in early for that live stream. It is going to be kicking off at 4:30 in about an hour's time in New Zealand. And also, I'll probably be starting about 10 minutes before the match kicks off so that we can get all of the information that we need. That is a great push there. And now it's going to be an advantage to the Western Province once again. Now it's going to be Tim Swill. What a wide ball that is. It's gone straight into the hands of DeVette. He's got a man on the outside. He is moving at pace here. Pretorius now down the wing. What a step that was on the inside to DeVette. But it is a little knock on, I believe. But now it's going to be in the hands of the Bulls anyway. And at this stage now, once again, they are going to be trying to get out of their own 22. This is where they've spent most of the second half. The province, Western Province, that is, have just been pouring it on in this one as well. Okay, I see, mate. As well, says Birdie. But yeah, I feel like because it's such a new feature, I didn't actually realize it was a thing up until my live stream the other night when I did my preview of Super Rugby Trans-Tasman's final. But now that I know about it, I feel like I'm going to be doing it a bit more often because it's pretty awesome to see what you guys are thinking as well. 58 minutes into this match as well for anyone who is curious. At this stage, the Western Province, they have scored quite a few tries, and 4 of them have come from the man in the number 2 jersey, which is JJ Kutse. Then also another try was scored by, it was Njizula. I think that those are all of the tries that they have scored in this match so far, or there may actually be one more as well. Ifan Ruiz was the other try scorer. And then for the Bulls at this stage, only the 2 tries. First one was scored by the man in the number 11 jersey, which is Mufflo, and then the other try was scored by Richard Creel. But now, once again, the Western Province with a quick backline movement now goes in the hands of Paul DeVette. He's been extremely busy. I've been very impressed with him throughout this match. He has been heavily involved throughout this match. I don't actually think it was Paul DeVette, though, unfortunately. I think it is actually a different player. No, it is Paul DeVette. He did actually move out onto the wing, perhaps, in this situation. Now that it's going to be the number 17 for the Stormers. I almost called them the Stormers. I did call them the Stormers. Western Province. Here, 40 metres out from their own line. Tim Swill with another wide ball. And Ifan Ruas, little offload on the inside. Pedersen, he's got plenty of pace here, looking for the offload, but he is tackled by 2 men. And he was tied up there, but now, all of a sudden, there's going to be a backline opportunity on. Oh, what a sell of the dummy. That was one offload, but not quite able to find the man. And it is going to be going back for the penalty. Tell you what, that was beautifully done by Tim Swill. Sold the massive dummy. And then from there, it would have been Justin Basson who would have been able to take that one, but just a little bit too low for the big man. It wasn't quite able to get there. How do you live stream? Says Heavens on as well. I do use StreamYard just because it is probably one of the easier ones, but it is quite expensive depending on what plan you're on. Like, I don't think we're on the HD one yet, but we might look at doing that in the future packs as well. I've got the cup will be won by the Bulls or Western Province, but I don't think Bulls will lose as well. And why didn't they play this team against the Sharks a few weeks ago as well? And that's a good point. But maybe they were just a little bit worried about that points differential sneaking up on them, was maybe what they decided was the case. Can you tell us the squads for the game later? As well, says Aiden. I actually probably could find them for you guys, although I can't pronounce some of the Italian names as well. So you may have to, it might be a little bit tough. But before the match starts, I am going to be showing all of the lineups like I normally do for these games. I will have these kind of made up. This is for this game, but I will have kind of the format of that for the next live stream as well, so you guys can see how or who is going to be playing as well. But I will see if I can find just a little bit of information for you guys just after this match is finished. At this stage, we've got another sub being made. And at this stage, 41 to the Western Province. When did they get that extra 3 points? They may have just taken it there, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Yes, they did. So now at this stage, they are tied in terms of the points with first place. If this is the way that the table stands at the end of this match. I'm in South Africa, and I love your streams. God bless as well, says Evans on. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that as well. And it is awesome seeing all of you guys in the chat, whether you have been here for a while or also whether you are a new person in the chat. It is very much appreciated. And all of you guys listening as well who don't comment, it is all right. I do appreciate you all being here as well. And if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as we are on the road to 2,800 subscribers, I think. No, sorry, 700 subscribers. At the moment, we are sitting on 2,694. We are 6 away. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We might be able to get there before the end of this live stream. We'll have to wait and see, though. We have also got there. I love Kiwi's voice. He should be a commentator. As well, says Achilles. Thank you very much, mate. I am still very early in the commentary days. So hopefully, as I do a bit more of it, I do slowly keep on improving. That one is now going to be a knock-on, and it is going to be going back now for the little knock-on. And it is going to be, I think, who is going to have the scrum? First one was the Bulls, so it is going to be the Western Province with the put in to the scrum. But yeah, at this stage, believe it or not, we have only been going for about a year. And in that time, back in the old days, what is my cat doing in the background? What are you up to? What's your plan there? That's not going to work. that chair's not very easy to jump on. Yeah. Hamish for president as well, says Colin. I feel like my cat is annoyed with Kieran, perhaps, in this situation. That is a giant inflatable All Black, by the way, named Kieran. But we are just waiting for the scrum reset. 19 minutes left at this stage as well. That just hurts my soul as well. But yeah, in that regard, I didn't actually use the talk in videos, which is why this commentary side of it seems so strange to me. Because at this stage, like, I never used to actually speak, and now I do quite a bit. And we have also got there in the chat, he is one of the best. Yes, thank you very much. Very much appreciate it. Only Johan Raidman might be better. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I feel like Johan Raidman would be able to pronounce all of these names a lot better than me, that is for sure. We have got, who's the first try scorer in the final? Says Aiden. I'm going to go the likes of maybe a Tumway. I think they're going to fire it out wide. Is he playing? I'll have to have a quick look after the scrum to make sure that he is actually playing. That front row has gone down, but it is in the hands of the Western Province Masimla now. Little bit of a set play goes out into the hands of now. Oh, that's a very nice run down the wing for Paul de Vet once again driving onto the ball, but it is going to be the penalty. And it was in front of the kicker, unfortunately, is the penalty. Straight up there now. It's going to be the number 21 taking the quick tap here. And they are back on the attack here, the Bulls. At this stage, it was McDonald, I believe, or sorry, just Donald. Daryl Donald was driving forward. Good defense from the Western Province so far in this match. Haven't been missing many tackles at all. And now it's going to be the little offload into the hands of the lock. And some of these players, they have had very busy games so far. Once again in the hands of the number 3. He is getting driven sideways. But he is tackled now. And once again, the Bulls, they've got to find that gap in the Western Province's backline. At the moment, they just keep on getting driven sideways and backwards. What a tackle that was. Driving them back another 3 or so meters. Now it's going to be the number 17 hard in the tackle. I believe that was Donald once again. Going back, and now they've got to kick it. Going in behind. There's a lot of space there. Bouncing up beautifully for the man on the number 22 jersey. Kicks it in behind. Has he got enough pace, or is Sinantla going to be able to get it? He is going to be taking that one, Sinantla. And now it is going to be, I believe, a 22 dropout here, or a goal line dropout maybe, depending on the rules. I think it is a 22 dropout, though. And that was very nicely done by the number 22, which in this one, I believe, is Cabello Makona, if I'm not wrong, maybe. We have Also got in the chat as well, Kiwi Rugby Guru and Gareth Mason. My favourite says Achilles. I feel like I have somehow snuck my way into that because, of course, Rugby Guru and Gareth Mason, both South Africans. So I will well and truly take being on that list as well. And we have got You Are the Best and You Should Be a Commentator. You're so good, says Heavenson. Thank you very much, mate. Very much appreciated. A nice little cellular dummy there, but straight away over the ball. There is no one there protecting it, but he has been told to leave the ball now. It's going to be back in the hands of the Bulls once again, going around this side. The big man in the number 3 jersey, the tight head prop. And it has been stolen, though. That is a beautiful turnover. Now quick hands under the hands of the number 23. Little offload, but it's a knock on. And now it is going to be the ball in the hands of the Bulls once again. No, the ball has come free, so they have still got this one. They've got the advantage as well for the knock on. But at the moment, the Bulls, they just can't make any meters. It's only that little break he saw, the massive dummy once again. The man on number 22 jersey. He has now gone to ground. Oh, straight on the ball once again. The Stormers, or sorry, not the Stormers, the Western Province have been ruthless in this game in terms of the breakdown. Now it's going to be a nice backline movement, though. Flat pass out of the hands of Yob now. Down the wing, little chip in behind. He's, Arden, that's going out on the full, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Unfortunately, and we have got, if you say, or if you have to say, who do you think will win, Benetton's or Bulls? As well, says Ninja. I think I'm going the Bulls by 10. I don't think it's going to be a runaway, but I think it's going to be a decent fight from Benetton as well. We have got, I'm a mod for Rugby Guru, as well, says Achilles. I haven't actually worked out how to do mobs, or not mobs, mods and whatnot, but I think I might have to look into it for the likes of the British and Irish Lions store, purely because of the fact that, because I can't speak Afrikaan, unfortunately, maybe some people might be angry in the chat, so we've got to make sure that they don't say anything too offensive. But now it's going to be Sergio Peterson with a great fend there. A little offload out the back. Goes out to Paul DeVette down the wing. He is going to be tackled there. And he was on the ground, but now it's been called a maul now. And I think his knee was on the ground originally. They have been told to use it now. And it is going to be into the hands of the scrum for the... my brain went blank there for a second. But it is going to be the scrum feed for the Bulls once again. We have got Tumboy is in the starting lineup, right? I am going with him then. And Johannes has said 295 subscribers as well. And we have got both teams got players out for Springbok duty. And if you are selected to play in the Carling Currie Cup, then there is no such thing as reserve players. Reserve players. Western Province all the way from Namibia as well. And we have also got waves to Namibia from Sisethu. Thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. And yeah, that's the thing. There are going to be a lot of young, talented players that I probably haven't heard of that I will get to see a lot of in this Currie Cup, and that is why it's so exciting. I love looking at the next generation of talent, and I feel like some of these guys are probably going to be right up there in the future. We have also got there, you won't believe what I did for the Bulls match versus Benetton Hamish on. No, how much? I'm just going to say it right now, Aiden. How much did you put on? Because that could be a very interesting amount for the Bulls versus Benetton match. I'm going to watch 3 live streams as well. Guru, Kiwi Lads, and Gareth, if he is going to be there as well. I have a tough time ahead, says Achilles. Definitely with modding as well. You're going to be well and truly, you're going to have your hands full, that is for sure. And we have got JP, or Western Province, sorry, from Maria, and Ding Good Boys, another try as well. And Christopher Gerber as well, says Heavens on. Is he a player to look forward to? Oh, that's a great fend there from the captain, but he is dragged down once again. He has been pretty well shut down throughout this whole match so far. Going back into the hands now of the number 22, who is just going to have to clear his lines and kick it for touch. That's a good kick there. But the way that it is standing at the moment, the difference in this match is a total of 29. Now, looking at the table once again, 29 is the same amount of points that the Pumas were able to beat the Lions by. So if it stays the way that it is, I think they would go down to maybe the tries, how many tries a team has scored, or something along those lines. So maybe, how many tries did the Pumas score up against the Lions? Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, if you have got that number. But that is taken by the Western Province once again in this one. And at the moment, they are looking dangerous. Anytime a rolling maul starts, they are making meters. And it is very hard to stop them now. It's going to be, tell you what, Paul DeVette once again. Give that man of the match. It's gone into the hands now of Dan Duplessis. And it is going to be the try once again for the Western Force. Sorry, the Western Province. I keep on saying the wrong name. Paul DeVette is on absolute fire in this match so far. And he has been playing phenomenally. That is for sure. 35 on the Bulls. As I says, Aiden, how much does that return you? Aiden, do let me know how we else got there. I'm going to bet $5,000 on the Bulls. Who want to bet me? I know I'll win the bet as well. Boomer scored 5 tries, says Achilles. So I guess in that regard, it would mean, tell you what, he almost rolled his ankle there to number 23 over the try line from someone who did slide. Okay, I'm in Let's Go Benetton as well, says Aiden. And the biggest advantage that Benetton has is the weather, because it's Northern Hemisphere and they have summer. That is true. It's been very hot there recently, so maybe that could play a factor. Of course, yeah, she's been pretty warm in the likes of England, Italy as well. It's going to be a penalty, and it is going to be the Bulls who have got the opportunity. So at the moment, the points differential in this one is up to 36. It's going to be a quick tap taken by the number 17, little offload there. And now it's going to be number 19 making a few extra meters for a side. And I am sorry that I am saying just the numbers rather than the names, but some of these names I haven't had a chance to learn too much for the Bulls, as they have got a lot of new players out there. It's going to be now the man in the number 20 jersey getting driven backwards by 18 and 19 for the Western Province. Oh, a great run onto the ball there for the number 12. Little offload as well. It's going to be the number 21. What an awkward fall for that man, but he is only going to be a few meters out. That man's knees are on the ground, so he cannot contest for the ball. At this stage, they are only a couple meters out now. It's going to be the man in the number 3 jersey getting close. And in this one, it is Klopper. Extremely close now, only a meter short around the side. And it's going to be a try. So now that cancels out that other option for the being in first place. The Bulls are able to score. They will be able to convert this one as well. So because of it, it will make the score 19 to the Bulls, 48 to the Western Province. And at this stage, they just need one more try here, the Bulls, and they will get that bonus point. So that will be what they are aiming for here as well. And we always got there £10,000 for the Western Province to win as well. And we always got $70. There's a 30 cent difference between the two as well. And we always got no deal as well, says Ninja Fan. Puma scored 5 tries as well. So at this stage, the Western Province, they've scored more tries. So I assume that would push them above, but I'm not too sure of how they are deciding it, because I know normally it's points, then points differential, and then sometimes it is how many wins the side has had to determine who is going to be up the top. But in this situation, going to be a close one. Benetton by 10, says David Russell as well. In that match, no deal, says Sisethu. And also we have got, thank you very much for this fantastic commentary. I'm a Shark supporter. Go Western Province. Give it to the Bulls. I'm in Vietnam now. I can listen to the Currie games as well, says Jurt. And yeah, that's one thing. I've absolutely loved watching South African rugby over the last few weeks. And the other side of it that makes it so awesome is all of you guys in the chat as well. Like, these are just so much fun. Even though it is currently 3:42 a.m. here in New Zealand, I just absolutely love doing them. And I am glad to see that you are enjoying as well. I'll take 5,000 instead of 70 as well, says Aiden, but that one has been taken by the Bulls. They are trying to go for that bonus point currently. Only 8.5 minutes left in this match, up to 71.5 minutes. Going to be tackled just outside of their own 22 here. And by the looks of it, they might be looking like they're going for another set play here at the back line. It's going to be the number 13, the captain, running into his own player there. And he has been driven down to the ground, only 20 meters out from his line now. Around this side, the big man in the number 3 jersey, which Dillamini, I believe the name is there. But now it is going to be going into touch, and it's a good kick downfield. A good clearing kick for them there. Achilles 100% as well. 18 minutes till kickoff as well, says Aiden. Is it only 18? Really? Is it that close? Hopefully it is not the case, because I haven't actually made a live stream yet for that one. But is it only 18 minutes? Because if it is, that is not a lot of time at all. That is for sure. Are they actually kicking off in 18 minutes, or is it? I thought that it was kicking off at 4:30, if I'm not wrong. But it could be. And if that is the case, I'm going to have to panic big time to try and get this one done in time in terms of the thumbnail and everything. But that one is going to be a line-out win for the Western Province once again. Massimla now going across into the hands of Swill. Nice backline movement, looking like it's setting up Peterson on the wide ball. Out into the hands of St. Antler, right next to the touchline. Little chip in behind, trying to line it up. It's bounced up beautifully for the man. And he has taken it only about 30 meters out from his own, or from the Bulls line. He's trying to kick someone in that one by the looks of it. Now it is going to be Tim Swill looking for the cross kick here. Man running onto it. Going up in the air. It's going to bounce into touch there, unfortunately for him. Kickoff's at 2 o'clock Australian time. As well, says Aiden. Kickoff is, right, we've got 2 different kickoff times at the moment. One person is saying that it's going to be in 16 minutes. The other is saying that it's going to be in 46. I am hoping for 46, but if it is in 16, then I will have to make sure that I do get everything done that I need to for that next live stream very soon as well, because that is not a lot of time at all. I don't even think I've done any of the setup for it at this stage. But now it is going to be the Bulls who have once again got this line out throw. And we have got in there, we took our big players so Western Province can feel better about themselves as well. And yep, let Western Province can feel how to win as well, says Jan Fenter. And now the Bulls are once again trying to drive forward. They want to be able to get that bonus point, and now it is going to be the case of a quick tap. They've decided to take it quickly on their own 22 rather than deciding to try and kick it for the touchline. Going to be going back. They're back inside of their 22 wide ball now under the hands of Richard Creel, who has been playing very decently. Oh, little offload to number 13. Then from there, 22 driving it forward once again for them. Going to be a short ball into the hands of Donald once again. Little offload, and it's going to be the replacement hooker. Oh, he was trying to go around the side, but he was nailed in the tackle, but the ball's going to bounce up for him almost. No, it is going to be a knock-on, but they're going back for the penalty, and I think it's going to be a yellow card here for one of the players. What's the man in the number 16 jersey? It is going to be Pedersen, who is going to be off the field as well. My bad, 2:30 Australian time. You had my heart racing there for a second, Aidan. I thought for a second I was going to be extremely nervous. And we have got 18 p.m. around here as well. And we have got let's let Western Province win, and $15,000 Western Province win as well, says Heavenson, and also $25,000. You don't even need, or you don't even the Western Province squad as well. I'll tell you what, there's big money in the chat at the moment. That is the yellow card to Sergio Peterson as well. He's going to go Google now as well, says Achilles. Should I put my house on the Bulls to win? I wouldn't recommend it because rugby is unpredictable. That was a high tackle there, a little bit. And now by the looks of it, it's going to be a penalty to the Western Province for the hanging on to the ball in the breakdown. So that is not what they would have been wanting. Indeed, France at the moment 1-1 with Hungary in that competition. I saw that England had a 0-0 against Scotland, I believe, if I'm not wrong, which was a big one. How much time left before full time, says Jacobus. At the moment, we are sitting with 5 minutes left in this match. 44 minutes, Benetton, as well, says Johannes. So, yeah, I will have hopefully enough time to set up my live stream. I'll put my girlfriend on the Bulls game, says Achilles. I unfortunately don't have one of those, so I can't be your one back, but we have got $40,000 for the Western Province to win. Also, something I will check is our subscriber count at the moment. We have been flying up in this live stream, and at the moment, we are one away from 2,700 subscribers. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated, and it will take us over to a very large number of 2,700. That one is going to the front once again. Now it's going over the top, and now because of it, it's a loose ball for the Bulls once again. They are not giving up on this bonus point. At this stage, they have had all the possession in the last 10 minutes. That's a terrible pass for that man. And now because of it, somehow he's been able to hang on to it, though. They're trying to say that it is a maul, but he had to release him. Now it is going to be out the back line. It's looking rough at the moment, but now it's going to be the number 16 with a little offload, but it's going to be into the hands of the Western Province player. And they are down on the halfway line at the moment, the Western Province. If they can get one more try, they will be in that situation of leading the table after the first round. So Nadler not quite able to get that one, but he did actually kick it onto his own foot, I believe. But now they are going to be going back, as it was going to be a knock-on. And we always got, and I'll take your girlfriend, if the Blues lose, let's go Achilles as well. You guys should use Zim dollars as well, says Ninja Fan. And the big game is coming on, so the Bulls want to win the game as well, says Jan Fenta. And also the Sharks gave the Bulls, but because the Sharks knew that they could not take their full team overseas as their main players are Springboks as well, says Jert. And that is a little bit of a plot twist, perhaps, if that is the case as well. Smash that subscribe button as well, says Birdie, if you haven't already. And we have got in there, Sharks stand no chance against the Bulls, no matter who they use. We beat the most or both times as well. And we always have a great time all later, and see you next game. Thank you, Kiwi, for the great work as well from Sisithu. Thank you very much. I do appreciate you being here. And yeah, hopefully you do enjoy the game between the Bulls and Benetton. That is coming up very soon as well. But now 3 minutes left in this match. Front row's going down. It's going to be a scrum reset. And that is going to be possibly time off, is it? No, it is going to be the scrum reset there. My dog is happy when he hears your voice as well, says Heavenson. My cat is in that gap at the moment, and I feel like he gets sick of my voice because of the fact that I do live streams at 4 a.m. New Zealand time. So maybe that is why, although he normally, anytime I go to bed, he does end up sitting on me. So I feel like that's one of those ones that his sleep schedule has kind of changed to be the same as my sleep schedule at this stage. Benetton to win with a South African captain as well, says Johannes. Of course, the halfback for Benetton, former South African. Oh, I guess he is still a South African, I should say. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Benetton actually have quite a few decent players from all around the place. They've got the likes of a few Kiwis or ex-Kiwis, a couple Aussies in there as well from Australia, and also, yeah, a few South Africans. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. That is a bit of skill from the number 9. He is just doing the spinning the rugby ball on the finger. I wish I could do that, but I doubt that I could. Whoever's got, I swear England drew with Scotland on purpose as well, says Aidan. Although I think the English supporters would have been pretty annoyed with it. Indeed, Ronaldo to score and Portugal to beat Germany as well, says Aidan. And Call My Cat a Sleeping, says Heavenson. And also, yes, Sharks can go to sleep. Bulls are the best as well. Always full of excuses when they lose. We have got in there, okay. Us Bulls are also full of excuses as rugby things as well. That one is going to be in the hands of the Bulls now once again. The number 13 little offload to Richard Creel, looking for the offload back, and he has been able to find it to the captain once again in the midfield. And at this stage, 2 minutes left in this matchup, 50 metres to go for the Bulls if they do want that bonus point for being able to score 4 tries or more. It's gotten into the hands of the big man, the number 3. He's breaking tackles. He has been dragged down there. Now it is going to be offloaded. And the rush defence of the Western Province has been working well. That man's sleeves just wouldn't quite work for him, unfortunately, there. That ball has popped out the back now. The number 21 sells a bit of a dummy, trying to go through the gap, offloads it now. And it was into the hands of the number 14, who has now placed the ball. They're almost up to the 22 now. At this stage, there is a player down as well. And I believe it was one of the Western Provinces. They're going out the back line now. Going to be Richard Creel with the wide ball. Into the hands of the number 6 now. Offloads it now. Number 13 out onto the wing. Back on the inside. No, he wasn't able to link up. Unfortunately for him, that could have been a big moment. Great defence there from St Antler. Richie McCaw playing for Benetton tonight as well, says Aidan. I mean, if he was, it would be a plot twist and a half. That is for sure. Whoever's got there, McCaw is as old as the mountains as well, says Achilles. Although I did see that he did some sort of, I don't think it was Iron Man, but it was some sort of intense like exercise situation. And it's like, even when he is like, I feel like if he wanted to, he could come back to rugby and probably still be just as fit as some of those players. It's gone over the top there. And now the Bulls have got one last opportunity. Once again, I said that line about 5 times. And now it's going to be the man in the number 3 jersey driving forward. And he has been carrying the ball very hard so far in this match. Good hands from the number 19 there, ending up rolling the wrong way there. So now it's going to be the number 16 for the Bulls running onto the ball. And at the moment, they are just trying to find that gap that gives them the opportunity of being able to score a try to get that bonus point. That is what they're waiting for. Can they get it? That's the question. It's going to be number 22. It's hit the hands of a player. Oh, it's going to be a player taken out in the air. And unfortunately for the Bulls, no, it's going to be a penalty to the Bulls. And because of it now, they're going to have one last opportunity. I've said that about 5 times. The Bulls song is, I feel like I can't pronounce that. To be fair, we haven't got how much time or how many minutes left. We have only got, it's up to 80 minutes now. So once there is a stoppage in play, that is going to be the end of this game. Did you know that Benetton have Habana, Dan Carter, and Joe Rocafoko, as well, says Aidan. I wonder, are any of them still playing? Habana, I think, is retired, isn't he? Dan Carter only just retired very recently. What is Joe Rocafoko up to at the moment? I feel like I haven't heard from him. Hopefully he isn't deceased. I feel like I haven't remembered. I know Achilles teasing you as well, says Sisetu. As well, going to the back there, going for the bonus point like they mentioned. It's going to be now in the hands of that man. He's so close to the line, inches from it. And they are saying that it is short. They're only going to be a metre short now for the Bulls. That ball's not coming out, and if it doesn't come out, it is going to be in the hands. Oh, it's round the side. He's over the line. And that is the bonus point for the Bulls there. So they haven't been able to win this game, but they fought back. And now it means that they are going to be receiving that bonus point, cutting down the points differential for the Western Province as well. We've had a lot of tries in this match, that is for sure. This is going to be full-time as well once this kick is taken, but it was the man in the number 19 jersey, I believe it was, who was able to score it there. They had all of the players waiting for it. In the end, they decided to use, who do they get? In the end, they were looking for the ball. He was close to the line, and he got over there. And unfortunately, I don't know the player's face, so I can't quite say who it is just from looking at it there. But it was very nicely done there. And full time has now hit us. I wish my internet was faster. I'm lagging behind, says Ninja as well. And somehow, I think my internet, normally I have to reset my modem about 20 times before a live stream. Or maybe 20 is a bit of an exaggeration, but we still normally have to do it about maybe 15 times to get it to go at a decent speed. But we are going to be getting fiber in a year or two, I think. My dog is going crazy. Holy flip. He is peeing everywhere, says Heavenson as well. And after this match, the Western Province coach going to pay the Bulls coach to say thanks for letting us win as well. And let's go Blue Bulls or Benetton. I mean, I get a girlfriend if the Blues lose. I can't complain as well. I'm waiting for the gripes that the Western Province won with the ref helping. Because, that one's actually missed, unfortunately, for that man. Okay, it was the number 7 who actually scored that one, which is Yako Labascani. I feel like I pronounced that a little bit more cautiously because of the fact that if I say it a little bit wrong, it actually is a swear word in South African, I believe, which I was warned about as well. Thank you for the stream, mate. See you in a bit. Says Bertie, we will see you in a short moment. In about 30 minutes' time, we will be watching the game between Bulls and Benetton. Your channel growing quick, says Barrett Green. It is indeed. Can't believe the support that we've had on these live streams. Just in general, I mean, at the moment, like we are sitting at 2,700 subscribers. It is the middle of the night here in New Zealand, and you guys are still in here for these live streams. So it is very much appreciated. Bulls fans are already crying because they're losing as well. I feel like it will only be bad if they lose the next game up against Benetton as well, because then it would be 2 from 2. And Kiwi, what must I do to become a mod in your channel? Says Achilles. I think first of all, I will have to learn how to make someone a modder because I haven't actually learned it before. I'm pretty new to the live streaming. Like we've been live streaming for a little while, but I have no idea what I'm doing, to be fair. But yeah, I will try and work that out because of the fact that we are going to be doing the likes of the British and Irish Lions tour, I feel like I want to make sure that I do know exactly what people are saying in the chat as well. You've beaten the Rugby Guru by a lot, says Barry Green. Although I don't look at it as beating him because I guess we're both kind of helping each other keep on growing as well. So it's one of those ones that we're not a competition in terms of me and him. Like we actually talk quite a bit off camera about YouTube and whatnot. So I guess we're not really against each other. We are more of working together in that regard. Bye bye now, friends. See you next as well. Says Sithu. We will see you a little bit later on. And we have also who you got winning the Currie Cup, says Aiden. It's a hard one. I know that the Lions were actually favourites, but the Western Province with this performance looked pretty strong throughout this match. I have to say, if I had to choose a player of the match for this one, I'll probably go with Paul de Vet. He played extremely well in this one as well. And we have also got the Hey Barry and congratulations Western Province in the chat. And also went to watch the Bulls play the mighty Chiefs in Hamilton back in the day. And Joost van der Westhuizen was playing. Geez, he was magnificent halfback as well. And can you show the log, please? As well, says Jakobus. The log, I assume that is like as in the timeline of the tries, maybe. If I'm not wrong, it could be wrong in that regard though. But I will try my best to get up some stats for you guys about this match just before we ended up heading off, because I will have to start preparing for the next live stream, which is going to be kicking off very soon, which is going to be a very exciting one. I'll be happy to help you mod here, Kiwi, as well. I do mod for Guru Tube. How's it, Barry, mate? As well in the chat. You were behind him, but now you are way in front of him when it comes to the subs as well, says Barry Green. Yeah, we have been growing at a crazy rate lately, and it confuses me sometimes because I'm like, geez, like we keep on going up at this stage, and it is just hugely appreciated. 56% possession for the Western Province in this one, 59% territory, 7 tries scored. But in the end, the the Bulls were able to get that bonus point as well. Meters carry pretty even. Defenders beat them 32 for the Bulls in this one, for the Western Province. And also, other than that, looking at a few stats, the try scorers in this one, Richard Creel, also Kefense Mufflo, I think it is, and DeWalt Donald. And then also for the side of the Western Province, I said that weird, it was JJ Kutse. He was able to score 4 times. Abner van Reenen, also Silly Nzezula, and also Ifan Ruas, and I think Daniel Duplessis was able to get one as well. I think that is what it is saying as well. And we have got give us the final score on the final letter or on the final later as well, says Aiden, and I will be sure to keep you informed about that as well. This is the poor performance from Western Province. This was a semi-pro Bulls team as well. Yeah, I guess it's one of those ones. They still had a lot of handling errors, unfortunately, for them in this match. I had the handling errors up just before, but they have unfortunately disappeared. Where'd they go? They were on this screen for half time, but now they have decided to get rid of them, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm not too sure about the handling errors, but I know they had 7 at half time, which was quite a few as well. We have got, do you think it will be a high or low scoring game, says Aiden? I think it will be a low scoring game up until about the 30th minute, and then it will well and truly break open as well. But nonetheless, I am going to be ending this live stream, getting ready for the next one, which is going to be kicking off in only about 25 minutes time. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back, so be sure to check out the next live stream, and I will see you all in the next one.